Hello guys, how's it going? Hold on, give me a second. Oh, it actually worked. All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by today on this fine Saturday afternoon. Welcome. Zekrom, hello. Hyperdimension, hello. Shabir, hello. Brian, hello. Soupy Soup, hello. Alaka, hello. Duke, hello. Brian, hello. Mozra, hello. Welcome Butler, welcome Canaria, welcome DK, welcome Helvesa. The gates are closed. Oh my god. Oh man. Guys, video game watch party. I told you we do it in July. It only took 18 days, but it worked. I told you, man. A Shabir is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Jeremiah, how's it going? Boba, hello. But real talk, guys, real talk. Thank you so much for all of the requests and also the interest in the video game watch party, man. Space Marine, hello. Literally over half of this guy. Man, no, for real, man. Like this, by the way, guys, I mean, oh, hello. What? Like, Ianese, freaking love that, man. Love that. Again, guys, I just want to say thank you for the interest in the first place, man. Oh, wait, shit. Zekrom. Yeah. You know what, Zekrom? All right. One gate break because Zekrom did promise last time. He did promise that he would get them in. And Zekrom, Zekrom, just the one, yeah. And remember, guys, for closed gates, I actually can't reopen them anymore. Like that is out of my power. Sponsor has told me no. Sponsor has said no. Once the gates are closed, they are closed. So if you wanna like request something now, you'll have to do it through either custom or in the general tip one. But yeah, well, actually, preferably do it through custom because that way our mods can see a general tip. Our mods can't see those. But yeah, maybe the. Welcome, Kenza. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. All right. Subject, how's it going? Zero effort to break the game. No, because Zekrom's, he kind of pre-booked it from last time. It's not like you have anything to say when it comes to. I agreed, man. I'm just working to the whims of my community, man. Speaking of which, guys, update soon. Sponsor revamp soon, man. Oh my god. I want a Tom Holland, but oh shoot, whoops, we don't need that. I want a Tom Holland, but maybe we wait. Yo, guy, hello, welcome. Number 3, bro. Yeah, no, I saw that because I was getting the description right from the previous one, bro. Episode 2 was 5 months ago. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But with all of that being said, yeah, I know. Yo, Ianese. Yeah. 300. So it's gonna be a long one. And I see that we have a lot of clips there. And you know the gamer that I am, bro. The absolute gamer that I am. I'm gonna be yapping a lot. So there's gonna be a big stream. And not just that, we actually do have a concert tonight as well. We have the Stella Live Akane Lise 1-2. So Zekrom, thank you very much. Oh, what's the 9 for? It should be just a 6, no? Well, Kenzo can look into that. Thank you. But yes, okay, sure. Oh man, all right. I'm only here for Alec, guys. Also, I'm looking forward to that as well, guys. After this video game watch party, we are gonna go right into the Akane Lise live as well, man. It's gonna be fun, baby. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man. Brian, I know it was set up how I set up my request, but I seem to have changed the PR. Anyway, do you think you can swap my last 2? Brian, that's all good, man. Yours is the Nikki ones, I assume. Yeah, Kenzo, if you can get that done as well, I'd appreciate you, man. I'd appreciate you. Okay, it's a chonker, so enjoy that. I'm looking forward to both of these, man. This is gonna be fun. Also, guys, if you are interested in this one, this is gonna be through Zyko. So make sure you get your tickets through that. I think Zyko is the only one that's available anyway, so syncing should not be an issue. But yeah, all right. So there is that. Nitro, thank you. I appreciate it big time. By the way, guys, that's something I wanted to talk about as well. Gaming. With we have a bunch of games on the menu, and we also have Nikkei on the menu as well. So Nikkei gameplay and Nikkei concert, I hope we can do that together, man. I hope we can do that like, you know, in the same week or like right after. Yeah. or taught on how to exactly do a request for the best Transformers game that isn't the trailer because those are copyright music. Ended up going, oh, okay. Wait, Hyper, how bad is the copyright? Because I'm not gonna lie, right? I am feeling a bit cheeky today. I want to do the entire stream on YouTube, even the music stuff, man. Like, let's establish a baseline as to what's allowed and what's not allowed. You know what I'm saying? It's gaming, bro. It's gaming. How bad can it be? It has Humbling River. Is that famous song? You know me, man. You know me. We're doing all on YouTube, baby. All on YouTube. Like, how bad can it be, man? It's gaming, bro. Nah, come on. No. What happened to Asif happens, right? Because Asif got that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, son. Asif got that bonk, right? Oh, it's all Osu? Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Surely. Okay, maybe we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. Alright. I imagine it's different when you're playing versus reacting. But why? How would they know? The Osu videos are uploaded unofficially and I'll find her. Oh, but Yokai, see, the thing is, the problem is the live versus VOD/video, right? That's the problem. Because obviously we uploaded it. If we upload all of our VODs as videos on the VOD channel, they get claimed. We don't care. It's fine, right? But the claim can get you taken down on live, which is what we see. But to be fair, it's actually only ever... How many times have we streamed? It's only ever happened to a handful of Vocaloid songs and Suise and Aski. So surely we'll be alright. It doesn't happen for Uma. It does not happen for Uma. For Uma, we just we did that because it kind of matches what we do, right? Uma is safe, bro. The only things that can hit us in Uma are the anime stuff, right? And we never do that one. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, it remains in my memory as well, bro. It did get us a 3-month warning, bro. Yeah. No. We just don't. I kind of think if you want to be safe, video game is another thing. Yeah, you're not wrong, Yoka. You're not wrong, man. Because then it gives you guys the freedom to request any music, right? Yeah, man. You're not wrong. Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get to the music section. But I kind of agree, man. No, we do have a lot of we were gonna go live on YouTube anyway because we do have. I saw that we have a lot of clips, right? So the question is, do we continue on YouTube or do we go on to Twitch, right? Again, if we go onto Twitch, the VOD will be uploaded immediately, so it's not like you're missing anything. Like, it's just, yeah. Fuck yeah. You have the point now where you can risk it safely. Yeah, because we don't have the warnings, right? We don't have any warnings at the moment. So, essentially what would happen is if we get that, oh, stream has been interrupted, you have been taken down or something, like what happened to Asif. You guys were there in Asif's ones, right? In Asif's stream, where I think the Artsky song got him blocked. I can't remember what song it was. He just ended the stream and then went on to Twitch. That's what I was thinking of doing, right? But it's like, should we in the first place? Oh, yeah, but we don't care about that because we removed the bot anyway. No, what if you get... You just got a challenge. Exactly. Yeah, no, Twitch does not matter because we delete the VOD immediately and then we re-upload it onto either Patreon or YouTube, right? Patreon for anime and YouTube for like the music VOD and the VOD. Exactly. And the YouTube VODs, they always get claimed. But again, claims are fine. We can always get that. Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. Yeah, Boba, again though, we don't care about that. We don't care because we delete them anyway, so that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to us, yeah. Just be like Nav. Oh, Nav, brother, I don't, he plays with fire, man. He flies way too close to the sun, and I respect that, man. Bro has sponsor, he doesn't need ad revenue. You know what though? That is 100% true. I'm so glad that I am not married to YouTube or Twitch's ad revenue, man, because flip that, man. I do not want to be beholden to anyone's ad revenue. That being said, we are kind of beholden to PayPal and now Rift, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. Okay. Yeah. As always, I always record my VODs, man. Always record my VODs. Unless like lightning hits and Murray. Do you guys remember my Blue Archive people here? Do you guys remember when Murray smote our stream? And yeah, that's when our VODs get corrupted. You do everything on YouTube. That was the plan, but now you guys have convinced me. Maybe not. Yeah, yo, Zekron, tell me about it, man. I'm not married. That's true though. That's true. Mary said please repair. She did, man. She did. Right. Anyways, guys, I think that is all I wanted to yap about. So we have the playlist today. I will decide whether we go onto Twitch or not closer to the time whenever we get to close to the music section. We do have a lot of clips anyway in the beginning, right? So we're gonna be here for a while. So there is that. Guys, you need a button to turn on the screen filter audio. So yeah, yo, subject. That is actually such a sick idea. But the thing is, I wouldn't know when to turn it on though, isn't it? Oh, yeah, Kenzo. Oh my God, I love you, bro. Thank you so much. I thought so. Yeah. Oh, no, see, Boba, unfortunately for you, man, YouTube has removed the clipping function, bro. YouTube has removed the clipping function. So unless I dual stream on Twitch, you won't be able to do that, which I want to start doing, actually. I do want to start dual streaming my YouTube only stuff onto Twitch as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know why they did it. I don't know why they did that, but it was actually a pretty fun function. I don't know why, but whatever. All right, anyways, guys, once again, thank you very much for all of the support on the video game watch party. This was capped out at 306. Just a reminder, or 312, I bet. Oh, wait, 300 and... Wait, what? Zekron put in 9, right? So I guess let me just put in 315 there. Right. Thank you very much, man. Just a reminder that next week, this is now a weekly series, right? This is now a weekly series, but just a reminder that next week, it will go down. It will go down. The goal is not going to be 300. The goal is not going to be 300. It's going to be starting at... I'm very sorry, guys. I'm very sorry, but for the time being, it's going to be starting at 60. I'm kidding. Okay, no. It's going to be starting... I'm sorry. I had to. It's gonna... That's the reaction that I wanted, man. All right, no, it's gonna be starting at 120. That's a significant amount higher, right? So it's double. 120 for now. For now, at least until we start clearing our bunch of gaming stuff, because we have a lot of gaming. Guys, come on, you want the Alien Isolation, man? We gotta play Alien Isolation. You do want Alien Isolation, right? So yeah, 120 for now, and then we'll try to, put it up to like 180. Yeah. Oh man, that was great. Guys, bro, what can I say, man? I'm trying to clip farm here. All right. You want me clearing all the games? So I got monthly games planned for you. Oh boy. I used to take Saturdays as a half day. Now they become full days now, man. Bro, I need to live long. I can't handle a heart attack in the morning with 300 at 120. Hey, Yoka, you can't say those things, man. I can think those, but you can't say them. Don't out me like that. Basically, my playlist every week. Man. Oh my God. Boba, it doesn't get split into parts. Go being as high as 300 like this one. Well, what do you mean longer? I mean, some of our goals go all the way up to like 500, 600 sometimes, man. Oh man, but the thing is, we don't split into parts because we want to split into parts. We have to split into parts because of like music section, clip section, and uploading it. It also makes it easier for Star to edit. Okay. Let's take a chill pill there, man. Let's take a chill pill there. We've done that once for Hollow 100, and that's a special 100 occasion, bro. We don't do that every... Hold on. Let's not get carried away. Oh, man. What? Hyper, we haven't posted the Warframe reaction yet. Oh, shoot. Hyper, can you, Okay, can you DM... Oh, whoa. Kenzo or Star, would you even know what episode that is? Hyper, would you know what episode that is? That would be very helpful. Speaking of which, Speaking of which, I need to upload a VOD for Star that I forgot to do. So guys, just give me 1 second. Star, what did you want? Let me do the July. Star. Star wanted part 2, Uma 37 part 2. Okay. All right. Guys, give me like 1 second. Let me just get this uploaded for Star and then we'll start. Details, Uma 37, yeah? Uma 30, that was the episode that we got destroyed by the power going out in our neighborhood. But part 2 is uncorrupted, so I should be able to upload that. Oh shoot, what month is that? That was June. Okay. Month of June, and I'm gonna upload that right now. Okay, cool. Lovely. The video is done. I just never got the thumbnail. Oh shoot. Okay. If you, Kenzo, if you could hit Star up for that. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. All right. And I am uploading that video for Star as well. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. But yes, guys. A lot of cool stuff happening. This is Saturday is essentially becoming our gaming day, our concert day as well. So we obviously have Akane Elise tonight. We'll have we may have other concerts coming up as well, like Hollow, Serendipity, man. Serendipity day 1 is well on the way to getting completed. That might be a Wednesday, it might be a Saturday. It all just depends on Asif's schedule, but I will let you know about that. We obviously, of course, have Alien Isolation. Damn. We got Fear, all of it. At least we have a gun in that one, man. Nikke, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Miku, Project Diva Mega Mix, a rhythm game. That's gonna be kind of painful, but I am looking forward to that. Ring Fit, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not fit at the moment, so that's gonna get delayed even more than Alien Isolation. Lies of P, I'm looking forward to this. And the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't even know what that is, so I'm looking forward to it, man. All right. And wait, what? Latest Bandery Band's opening for Evan. What the flip? Okay. Yeah, I look forward to that, man. All right. Yeah, exactly. Boba, we did. You can't dangle the carrot Alien Isolation to make us happy about sure. True. So we will be doing Alien Isolation, man. I don't know when, but we will be doing Alien Isolation. All right. You have a gun in Alien Isolation, but it does nothing. It does nothing, man. But guys, thank you very much for all of your requests. I appreciate it big time. Shall we get started with the playlist, man? Possibly, Doug. It depends, because there's a lot of stuff on the menu. That's a bit time sensitive. Right. Okay. Yo, how? Yokai, I said this story as well, right? But how, man? After how many years, bro? On the year we start playing Alien Isolation is when they announced Alien Isolation 2. Why would they do that? Man? Pain, bro. Refresh. Okay. Guys. Let's get started. Here we go. The desert. They know. Oh my god. All right. First up is this game. Transformers: The Fall of Cybertron. I want to say, Hyper, thank you very much for this request, by the way. I want to say that this is the Transformers game that I played and I freaking loved. It was good, man. I really enjoyed this one, man. Thank you so much. No need for context story so far. All you need to know at this point, you're playing as the Combaticons to stop an Energon transport because FOC is absolutely peak. Yeah, I think this is the game that I played. I think it is. And I had so much fun. I'll find out when I actually watch this, right? But yeah.
Take down those anti-aircraft guns. I need to bring the dropship.
Oh my god, do you know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Ratchet, like Ratchet Gladiator kind of stuff. Or any of the Ratchet games, right? Kind of platforming, the kind of thing. No, I don't think I played that. I played one of those, War for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron. I can't remember which one, but I had a lot of fun with it. Oh, this really does give me Ratchet vibes, like with the, you know, upgrading your weapons or buying new weapons. I see. Brian, me too. I'm in the same boat, man. Same boat. Freaking love Deadlock. Or Gladiator, as it's known here. Oh, okay. Hyper, is this one co-op, by the way? Maybe that's what I played. Maybe that's what I played. Zekrom, you legend. Thank you very much, man. So, Transformers lore, guys. Can you help me out? I'm a scrub here. What exactly are Combaticons? Combat. They're not. Are they Decepticon affiliated or?
The anti-air cannons from the catwalks along the outside of the transport.
I'll get those guns offline. Question: the transport.
Oh.
Why did it just do that to begin with?
Probably takes a lot of energy to float that hunk of junk.
Really? Because if you calculate its total mass and
Focus, Swindle.
Oh, the level design looks sick.
the mission is lost.
This is start screen. Okay. Okay.
It's only a matter of
Damn.
time before we disable the transport.
Oh, this.
Closing the deal.
This is a 2012 game? What the hell, man?
Swindle, you get the first anti-air cannon yet?
Yeah. As soon as I figure it out. Maybe if I just blow all the shells. Wish I had one of these at home. Onslaught! First gun offline!
Two of them, genius. Head around the back to hit the other one.
Never that simple.
Yeah. Man.
I think those five on!
Yeah, absolutely, man. Flipping heck. Yeah. No, man. Guys, sorry, I don't want to yap on too much about this, but this is why I stopped killing games is so freaking important, man. Do you know how many times I just wanted to boot up War in the North and play with, like, my friends, and I can't? Why? Why, man? so upsetting, man. So upsetting. Yeah, games played though. Right. Might have to check it out, man. Yeah, like the Transformers. It's a fascinating franchise, man. I really do enjoy it. Like obviously I watched the OG like Michael Bay movie. I watched the cartoons when I was younger. I watched the Michael Bay movies as I was growing up, and I actually really enjoyed some of the newer ones as well. I really like Bumblebee, man. When you have multiplayer bear, those were really. Oh man. Oh, you too. Please? Why, bruv, you can kill them. Damn, look at this. Oh shit! Alright, that was sick. That was pretty sick, man. Oh yeah, Zeko, 100%, man. Absolutely. I really like Transformers. I'm not like a super fan, but I enjoy it.
To hurry the scrap up.
Disable the shield controls! Onslaught! The Autobots are sabotaging the shield coupling!
Try that.
Hey, Saturday movie night coming in, yeah? Oh. Oh. We should have to... Right, okay. Look at these set pieces, man. Damn.
Trying to board this thing with cross ships? I haven't stopped the AA guns yet!
Think of this as an encouragement to hurry the scrap up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Halo Campaign Evolved, man. That's coming out like in a couple of weeks, no? Next week?
Already on our way.
Shield controls look fried. We need another
Sure.
way to break through.
Sounds good, man.
Any ideas?
Jump on the dropship and man the
I'm looking forward to our Saturdays. Almost time for the best part of the game. All right, here we go. Oh. Hella creative, hella creative. The battle going on in the background as well. I love that, man. Yeah. It's just a fun time, isn't it? Nice.
We need to take control of this ship. Combaticons, combine into Bruticus.
Oh, combine. Oh, shoot. Damn. What the hell? Oh, okay. Okay.
Bruticus online. Ready for action.
You're gonna walk through those, aren't you? Okay. What bridge? Yeah. Damn, I kind of feel bad for the Autobots that you're killing, though. Ah! The Wilhelm scream. Nice. Hey. Which side would you be on? Oh, man. I mean, I've only ever seen it from the Autobots perspective, so I don't know. Okay. I mean, from the stuff that I've read, the Autobots are the good guys, right? But there's always two sides to every story, so. Oh, bro, speaking of, sorry, this is kind of unrelated, but speaking of Transformers, Mazra, you read my mind. I have seen Transformers 1, and Transformers 1 is the best Transformers movie, in my opinion, out of the ones I've seen anyway. Live action, and admittedly, I haven't seen the animated ones, aside from one, which is not part of the old animated ones, if that makes sense. I freaking love Transformers 1, man. It was absolutely incredible. Yeah, like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 movie for me. It was just very good. You know what? I might rewatch that. So thank you. Torso is onslaught, left arm is vortex, right arm is blast off, left leg is brawl, right leg swindle. Who has played? Got you. One was way too good, man. One was way too good. Yeah. Damn, they can actually use all the different abilities like that as well. Okay, sure. I loved one, man. Oh, okay. Great save. Right. My favorite live action was Bumblebee, and my favorite animated was one. Okay. Yeah, sure, sounds good actually. Fair enough.
It's just in my way.
Oh, look at this. What the hell, man?
Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. The control room is just ahead.
Get those flaps lowered so we can fire!
Oh, nice. Okay.
Don't let that thing take control of the ship! Are you even aiming at me?
Bro, they're like ants. Yo, Leo, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, shit. This is indeed a new series that we started. A video game watch party series. Oh my god. Brutal. His name is Bruticus.
Combaticons, I told you to abort. The mission is lost. Are you to defy me?
I've heard enough of his orders. We're going down!
Nice. Yeah, yes please. Like this has been great, man. Like now we're seeing that there's I love these kind of stuff that we do, right? Because it shows how many of you guys are fans of Transformers and like, I didn't know about, right? And how many of you guys knew that I've seen Transformers 1, watched all the movies, played this game or the game before it actually with the co-op on. But yeah, it's crazy. I love that. And hopefully we can do more. The hyperdimension, man. What the hell, dude? Fair enough. Exactly, right? Exactly. Thank you for taking the time to record this, man. Banger. Man, all right. Yeah, what memories this brings back, man, for the previous game.
Onslaught. As a result of your failure to obey my orders, you and your Combaticons destroyed half of the energon supply in that crash.
Kidding, Starscream? The Autobots would have taken it all. My team salvaged an operation that you screwed up from the get-go.
No one addresses the leader of the Decepticons in such a manner.
Oh, Starscream was the leader of the Decepticons here. Okay. Damn. All right. Very nice. Hyperdimension. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the time you took to record this and also like request it, send it in. Appreciate it big time. What a banger. Yeah, a game from a time when Des actually gave us. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Exactly, Zekrom. Yeah. So Zekrom, what did you say? Did you say try and not rewatch Transformers 1 because we may have a movie night for it? Okay, well, noted. All right, look at that, man. The fall of Cybertron there. Very cool. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate it big time. Yeah, man. But guys, do you remember like this era of gaming, bro? Like we had Transformers, we had the Ratchet games. Oh, Space Marine, thank you very much, man. What else was it, man? Like we had Lord of the Rings, that War in the North, and that kind of stuff. My goodness, man. When was Battlefield 3, by the way, which is in my opinion the best one of the best battlefields, alongside 2011, bro. Do you remember the flight mission from Battlefield 3? Like how that still holds up to this day? Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Bad Company 2 as well. Oh yeah. The funny part is High Moon made this as a love letter to G1, then Hasbro said actually not part of that. Right. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. I did play Battlefield 4, but the thing about Battlefield 4 was that I played it when it was transitioning from PS3 to PS4, and there were a lot of bugs and stuff. So unfortunately, I didn't really I played when it was quite buggy, right? Yeah. So it got fixed after my time, if that makes sense. But Battlefield 3, I loved to death. It was amazing. Bad Company 2 was what got me into Battlefield, though, so that will always have a special place in my heart, man. But yeah. Oh, and I'm not 100% sure about that, actually. I think we did do a phenomenal propaganda. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, man. If only they could make a Bad Company 3. Yeah, man, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you know what? All of this being said, I actually am, like, all jokes aside, I am in my kind of gamer arc now as well. I actually do spend a couple of days every other day, like, playing Destiny now. Now, ironically, since Destiny's end of service, right? It's a non-FOMO game anymore. And I'm too old for FOMO, bro. I literally log on and I do the things that I want. I start grinding the sets that I want. I start, like, playing the content that I want, knowing that everything that I get can be used tomorrow, next month, next year, 10 years from now, as long as the servers are up. But you know what I'm saying? Man? But yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Every now and then, like, I log on to Blue Archive daily. I say, after all of saying, like, I don't like FOMO. To be fair, for Blue Archive, I'm just a casual player, man. Destiny is where, like, my hardcore self is at. And even then, I just don't interact. I didn't interact with the FOMO part of it, which is what made me quit. Especially with how ass Edge of Space was. Edge of Fate. But now, now that the game is end of service, I'm actually having so much fun with the raid team, man. It's been good. Right. Let's continue. Hyperdimension, thank you very much for that, man. Appreciate you big time. Functional. All right. And now, thank you so much, Space Marine, for this. Appreciate it big time. Here we go. All right. So, this is Battletech now. Battletech. I originally intended to make a document for today's Battletech section, but I didn't get it done in time, so maybe it'll come next time. Thank you very much, Space Marine. I appreciate that. Instead, you get a little roadmap of what I have planned going forward. Today, we'll go over energy weapons, and the next 3 parts will include autocannon and missile types. Exotic weapons. If there's a type you're more interested in, I can prioritize it. Thank you. So, dude, this has been awesome. I'm getting to learn more about Battletech. All right, here we go. Why do we love lasers? We all love lasers here. Let's go.
Functional and practical laser weaponry was the holy grail of military weapons dating back to the 20th century, though it wasn't until the 24th century that the technology had matured to the point that it spread across the inner sphere in the form we know and love. The technology, which involves amplifying light photons, passes them through a focusing lens and directs them toward a target. The technology in various forms has been used in medicine, industry, and entertainment for a very long time, but the power levels required to do significant damage to the target...
Oh, he's talking about real life. I thought he was talking about Battletech. These are lasers IRL. Okay, sure.
Required to do significant damage to the target remained a moonshot for scientists and engineers for a long time. The standard Battletech laser family was introduced in 2300, and by 2316 the small, medium, and large lasers were to become the bread and butter for a mech or vehicle that needed to operate beyond supply lines for any amount of time.
I've not, Monster. I've only been introduced recently thanks to Space Marine, but other than that, I haven't.
With no need for ammo and powered by their fusion reactors of Battlemechs and vehicles, the dream of a functional laser weapon was finally realized. Their production and use was so widespread that even as other technologies were eroded and lost during the American and Succession Wars, the production of lasers thrived. By the end of the 4th Succession War, there were dozens of different makers and models in production. Looking at Succession War battlemechs, it's far more common to see a mech with small, medium, or large lasers than without. Battlemechs like the Grasshopper, Spider, Phoenix Hawk, and Crab were equipped with lasers as their sole or primary weapon. It allowed those mechs to operate
I've not really played any mech games
field without having to rearm. Even LRM boats like the C1 Catapult were given medium lasers in hope of giving them some mid and close range protection from threats that were able to close the distance. The Martel medium lasers on the C1 Catapult became one of the most popular models in the Inner Sphere for its reliability and consistent power output. In what has become a running theme in these Battletech equipment videos, the technology for an extended range large laser was developed during the Star League era, but was lost during the Succession Wars. The considerable range boost came at a cost of more heat, which the mechs had to compensate for in their design.
There is that new one that got announced.
Industries, the company behind the new ER large laser, saw little need to also release an ER version
was it
of the
Gundam?
small
I can't remember.
medium laser, and that job would be left up to the clans down the road. Newhard put the ER large laser in the HSR 200D Hussar, which was a light mech that saw.
Does Gundam count as mech or is it mecha?
Production was tight.
You know what I'm saying? Is there a difference? Is there a difference between like when I think mech, right? I do think of stuff like BattleTech and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Channeled into
Yeah. All right.
And as a result of the Amaris coup and the Kerensky's flight from
there
the
is
Inner Sphere,
a difference.
Most of the Hussars and the ER large laser they carried with them left the Inner Sphere. The Hussars that were produced during the Succession Wars ended up being downgraded to carry only.
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
Standard large laser. As with so many other technological advances rediscovered just before the clan invasion, the Inner Sphere, specifically the Draconis Combine engineers, were able to replicate the ER large laser, and it would once again be produced by companies across the Inner Sphere.
Hello, Ren, how's it going? Yeah, Battletech is more the hard type of sci-fi. A lot of it is rooted in what we know in science today. Yeah. I mean, even the aesthetic design of it kind of gives me like Halo vibes, for example. Yeah. Right.
Standard large laser. In the years since its reintroduction, the ER large laser is far more common than it ever was before. The clans were not idle in their self-imposed exile from the machinations of the Inner Sphere, still in possession of that ER large laser technology.
I like that.
The extension into the medium and small laser categories seemed inevitable. By 2820, the clans were developing the technology to field mechs carrying extended range lasers of all 3 types. They were so successful that the clans stopped producing the standard lasers entirely. The mechs used to invade the Inner Sphere on that drive toward Terra would be armed with ER lasers and pulse lasers. Since we covered pulse lasers...
I've never played Titanfall, by the way. I have watched the cutscenes. I started watching the cutscenes for some of them. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. Probably 2, I think, because I know everyone... No, 1 didn't have a campaign. It was Titanfall 2, wasn't it? but I didn't finish it. I think I watched like one mission and it was so sick. Yeah, I'm down, bro. I'm freaking game. I'm absolutely game to play Titanfall, man. Absolutely down.
Video. I'm going to give them a pass for this one. Just know that they exist, and if you want to check out the video, the link is in the video comments and possibly on the screen right now.
I've heard.
You can get tagging to work on YouTube. Enjoy. In 3059, Clan Star Adder, and one of the few examples I can think of that they did anything,
I look forward to that.
Developed what would be called a heavy class of lasers. Coming in small, medium, and large classes, the heavy lasers were physically larger, used more power, and had shorter range than their counterparts, and produced much greater
so much damage, man. Damn. This is
All
PvP.
of this was in exchange for an increased damage profile. The heavy large laser does slightly more damage than the Gauss rifle at 16 damage, but it generates 18 heat for the effort. That's a pretty toasty trade-off for sure. There's an interesting choice to make here between the Clan ER large laser and the heavy medium laser. Each does 10 damage, but the heavy medium laser generates 5 less heat, 7 to the ER large laser's 12. The heavy medium also weighs just 1 ton to the ER large laser's 4. The ER large laser, of course, has a massive range advantage, but if you are building a brawl,
maybe it wasn't PvP
that
actually.
heavy medium might be worth considering. For many tabletop games, fighting within that 9 hexes is pretty common, so I'd have to do some time in the mech lab to see what I can make. It's been reported that heavy lasers have a small but noticeable firing delay due to the interplay between increased power and reduced shielding around the laser. This pre-charge phase, as it's sometimes referenced, can lead to some inaccuracy if the mech warrior is used to a more immediate response from other laser types. It's one of those things that you could get used to with practice, or it could turn you off completely from the experience. It needs to be noted that there are infantry-scaled versions of laser weaponry in both the infantry of the clans and the inner sphere. Altogether, there are more than a dozen different models of infantry laser and almost a dozen scaled for mounting on vehicles. They can be quite devastating even at this smaller scale. However, they do suffer from power issues.
This is from Mech Warrior Online, a Battletech PvP game similar to
don't carry around
human-sized
fusion power plants on their backs. The next best thing are power cells and batteries, which can be as limiting as ammunition in those long engagements.
So it kind of just defeats the purpose.
It is interesting to note that in the Mech Warrior First Edition book, laser weapons are mentioned to be incredibly uncommon. The book references a rough 20-to-1 ratio between the standard slug firearms and laser weapons. It goes on to describe that a personal handheld laser weapon power pack could hold 20 energy charges, which could be about 20 shots or less, depending upon how much energy a single shot of that specific weapon uses. Military versions of the power packs can hold roughly 200 charges. Second edition Mech Warrior adds handheld pulse laser weapons, because everything is better with pulse lasers, including personal protection. We might have to do a personal weapon video in the future now that I've dug through all this Mech Warrior rules. Maybe. There have been some interesting adaptations and advances in laser technology over the centuries. In 2812, the Free Worlds League prototyped a laser that combined the core components from 2 large lasers. They stripped out all the redundant parts and called it a binary laser, or a blazer cannon. This is Frankenstein's monster of a laser that does 12 damage, generates 16 heat, but otherwise shares the large laser's range characteristics. In this case, the whole is worth less than the sum of its parts, as you're doing less damage, generating the same heat, and only slightly lighter by 1 ton than if you just put 2 large lasers on the mech. Beyond only having 9 tons left on a mech instead of 10 and really wanting 2 large lasers, I cannot think of a situation where you would add a blazer cannon to a mech design. If it's your favorite weapon, I'd say go for it. Enjoy. The Bombast laser was a product of House Steiner Research in 3064 in an attempt to create a laser which could benefit
with all these games that you guys want me to play, man. Do I need to get a Steam machine? I don't think my computer can handle games, bro. Oh my goodness.
Damage, but not be as bulky.
Nah, it's got a 2070, so it does okay.
What resulted was a weapon that charged up to its maximum damage level, but could be fired during that charging phase if necessary. The user of the Bombast can select how much damage they want to do between 7 and 12, but with the downside of an increased to-hit modifier equal to the desired damage minus 7 divided by 2 rounded up. That means that a 12 damage shot, the 2-hit modifier on that would be a plus 3. The weapon's heat generation is equal to whatever that damage level was selected by the user. This weapon was tested on Solaris 7 and saw some popularity there, but giving mech warriors one more thing to fiddle with in their cockpits ended up reducing that likelihood that the Bombast would see widespread adoption. I suppose we should talk about chemical lasers, just briefly to point out that it's another example of how clan house horses have a tendency to take a piece of technology woefully outdated by more modern things and deciding to update it to still be worse than the modern thing. In this case, some brilliant Hell's Horses scientists decided that it would be a good idea to take lasers and give them ammo that is subject to both running out and critical explosions.
Okay.
There's really no reason that I can think of why a sane human being would take a medium chemical laser over an ER medium laser. If you think I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments where I'm going wrong here, because I honestly don't understand. I respect that chemical lasers are a real thing that exists now, but there's really no reason for them to be in the game in Battletech at this point.
Fair enough.
There were a ton of responses when I asked on Twitter for a favorite mech that primarily uses lasers in the build. From the Sphinx, the 4P Hunchback, the Guillotine, Grasshopper, there were some really awesome mechs represented in the responses. I wanted to highlight just a couple of my favorites. The first is the CRB-27 Crab. Oh, come on, you knew this was coming.
Ah, yeah, I remember this guy.
More than 400 years old by the Ill Clan era, the Crab is holding up pretty well. Imagine if people were running around in 2022 still using firearms designed in 1600.
Huh.
The Crab was designed to be a scrappy 50-ton mech that could operate for long periods of time without needing maintenance or resupply. The mixture of large, medium, small lasers fits the role perfectly. The best upgrade the mech would see over the years is the replacement of the heat sinks with double heat sinks to make the two large lasers a much more constant threat. We all know the future is crabs, we may as well lean into it. Our second laser-wielding VIP is the original Phoenix Hawk. In a demonstration of how mechs can have both form and function, the Phoenix Hawk is built around that large laser and backed up with two medium lasers and a couple of machine guns. The Agile mech was a staple amongst SLDF forces and throughout the major inner sphere houses. The Phoenix Hawk did suffer from a paltry 10 heat sinks, which limited how often those lasers could be used, but it did seem...
Hello, Ghostman, how's it going? Welcome!
Including adding those double heat sinks when the technology was re-established. I love
Hey, you become a Battletech! Welcome! Thank you for the 8 months!
Tabletop games. So to answer the question, why do we love lasers? My answer is that they're versatile workhorse weapons that often end up doing a lot of work behind the scenes, while fancy weapons like the PPCs and Gauss rifles hog the spotlight. Lasers are the people in the group project who do most of the work, only to have the teacher applaud the PPC people on presentation day for doing such a good job. The analogy doesn't reflect unresolved grade school trauma. Stop reading into this. But I digress. Lasers are a great addition to the Battletech universe, and no matter their form or advancements, they'll continue to play an important role in mech designs. If you have a favorite laser-wielding mech, or a story of tabletop or video game glory involving the humble laser, let me know in the comments, and we can keep the conversation going. Likes and subscribes feed my insatiable desire for positive affirmation, so feel free to do that if you like. If you want to watch more, check out the Why We Love LRM video linked above. Thanks for watching, and for your continued support. Go out and make the world a slightly better place today and tomorrow.
That was a banger video, man. Yo, thank you for that, Space Marine.
We set sail in this
right now. Pulse lasers. Okay, are these like burst fire?
New seed, because there is new knowledge to be gained, and new rights to be won, and they must be won and used for the progress of all people. For space science, like nuclear science and all technology, has no conscience of its own. Whether it will become a force for good or ill depends on man. U.S. President John Kennedy, May 25th, 1961, Terra. Along with spaceflight and a few other classic tropes, lasers are part of the bedrock foundation of science fiction. From books, TV, and movies, if there is a conflict represented in the future, it most likely will include some sort of laser weaponry. There might be variations on the concept, like blasters in Star Wars and a lasgun from Warhammer 40k, but they all sit happily.
Oh, I guess plasma's not actually... No, plasma's different to laser, isn't it? Plasma has mass, right? Lasers doesn't. Oh, this phase as well. Oh, God, okay.
Blasters in Star Wars and a lasgun from Warhammer 40k. But they all sit
plasma is a form of matter.
happily under the umbrella of futuristic guns that don't usually need bullets and involve light as an energy transfer mechanism. When this video goes live, I'm going to wait and see if I can hear the teeth grinding from people who will happily explain to me that one or the other isn't really a laser weapon. Good thing I don't care. They're all lasers to me. Pew pew. Here in the real world, if it is in fact the real world and not just a simulation, lasers have been around since 1960 when a researcher at Hughes Laboratories by the name of Theodore H. Myman built a laser using theoretical work done by Charles Towns and Arthur Shalwell. I'm going to save a lot of the history of lasers for the official laser video, but all we really need to know for now is that laser amplifies and concentrates light energy into an incredibly small location. This transfer can cut, burn, or melt objects on which it is aimed. So as far as we need to understand it in this video, imagine light being focused through a lens to burn whatever it's aimed at, be it an anthill, piece of paper, mech armor, or your troublesome roommate. You've probably seen videos online with people playing, often recklessly, with powerful handheld lasers. However, what we're talking about with Battlemechs requires a significant shift in scale. Large lasers powered by fusion engines could cause a significant amount of damage on most things they're aimed at. The prospect of a high-damage weapon that does not require dangerous ammunition is a temptation that mech designers could not resist. Since this video is on pulse lasers and not lasers in general, we're going to do our best to focus. Pun intended. Technically, the pulse laser, like so many other technologies in the Battletech universe, was first developed during the Star League era and then subsequently lost to the Inner Sphere during the Amaris coup and Succession Wars. It's practically a trope at this point, then one I'm not particularly fond of, as it kind of smacks of Warhammer's 40Ks. All the good stuff was developed already and then lost, only to be rediscovered. Mars mechanic of nonsense.
Okay, fair play.
Pulse lasers operate in a similar way to a general laser, however the energy is not released in a steady stream. Instead, it's released in pulses, which concentrate the energy into short bursts, sometimes so quickly that you wouldn't be able to identify any difference. Concentrating the energy improves the performance of the laser and gives it, the vaporizing armor, a chance to diffuse into the atmosphere, rather than creating a continuous cloud of sublimating material. I'm not sure how well that would actually work, but we're firmly in the sci-fi space magic science portion of this video. In short, the pulse lasers are trading range for efficiency and additional heat. In the tabletop rules, your standard pulse lasers are going to get you a -2 on your 2-hit rolls on attacks. This can be an incredibly powerful advantage in situations where the opposing forces need to roll higher to hit with their weapons. The cost of this advantage is that the small and medium pulse lasers weigh twice as much as their standard versions, and the large pulse laser weighs 7 tons to the normal large laser's 5. The other cost is additional heat. Standard lasers run at 1, 3, and 8 heat for their small, medium, and large versions, while the pulse lasers run at 2, 4, and 10. Since the clans don't use standard lasers, the closest comparison is with the ER versions. This is where things get odd because, as it turns out, it's more energy efficient to run a clan large pulse laser at 10 heat than an ER large laser at 12. Someone kitting out their clan Omnimech will have to make the choice if 5 additional hexes of range is worth at 2 additional heat. However, a clan large pulse laser takes up 6 tons, while an ER large laser only weighs 4.
Look at the...
Theoretically, you could negate the heat difference by taking one of the 2 tons saved by going with the ER large laser by adding the additional double heatsink. Theory crafting mech building is always so much fun, even after decades of doing it. If you're a fan of the channel and you've seen my antics on social media, you likely know I'm a big fan of pulse lasers. My personal general use loadout on my Ebon Jaguar carries 3 large pulse lasers, 2 medium pulse lasers, and a tag, with enough heat sinks to fire off all the LPLs and 1 medium pulse laser in a turn while remaining heat neutral. It's a feisty one for sure. We'll have to test it out in a mock battle to see how that -2 hit modifier can impact that battle. Here we have the innocent clan Jade Falcon piloting an Ebon Jaguar on patrol on the surface of a recently depopulated moon. Where all those people went is a mystery for the ages. Without notice, a cowardly marauder steps out from the crater. Ebon Jaguar's mech warrior moves in and confronts the mech. At a 10 hex distance, the 2 mechs open fire. The marauder fires its ERPPCs, which are at a medium range at this distance. That's a +2 modifier to hit. There's sunlight and calm atmospheric conditions, so no modifiers there. The Ebon Jaguar moved its full 8 hexes, which is a +3 modifier to hit, and then Marauder ran, which is another +2. The Marauder's gunnery skill is a 3, so that's 3 + 3 + 2 + 2, or 10 or better to hit. That's a 25% chance for those of you who aren't steeped in the probabilities of 2 6-sided dice. The Ebon Jaguar's mech warrior fires its 3 large pulse lasers at that same moment. The mech warrior's gunnery skill is also a 3, +2 because it ran, and +2 because the pulse lasers are firmly in medium range. The Marauder ran 6 hexes, so that's another +2. For the normal weapons system, a shot would require a 3 +2 +2 +2, or 9. However, the pulse lasers receive that -2 modifier to hit, which brings it down to a 7. Thanks to moving a little faster than the Marauder and being equipped with pulse lasers, the Ebon Jaguar now has a 50% chance of hitting. That's 50% versus 25%. While it's true that the dice odds could be generous to the Marauder, the odds are not in favor of it in the current situation. That -2 to hit from the pulse lasers can have a big impact on a battle. There have been a few advances in pulse laser technology as the Battletech timeline marched forward. The Clan Wolf scientist case wasn't idle in the first years of the clan invasion of the Inner Sphere. In the early 3050s, they were testing out an ER pulse laser technology that would potentially fix the issue with shorter ranges of the lasers. They did it through combining the optic systems from ER lasers and power increases through the pulse laser designs. After the smoke cleared, they had a pulse laser that did extend further, but it was slightly less accurate. Before Clan Wolf could put these new ER pulse lasers into widespread production, they ran into a little problem with Clan Jade Falcon, and many of the researchers fled with Felon's Wolves into the Inner Sphere as a result of the Refusal War. If you do use an ER pulse laser in a mech design, know that it only has a -1 to hit modifier instead of the normal -2. Throughout the 3050s, the Federated Commonwealth researchers sought to improve the range of their pulse laser technology with the hope that they wouldn't have to trade off the laser's accuracy.
I like that he talks about the lore as well as the in-game applications.
The cycle rate of the pulsing laser. If only the other Inner Sphere states had thought of that, right? The new lasers were called X-pulse lasers, and their only drawback was a significant increase in heat generation. A standard large pulse laser generates 10 heat, but the large X-pulse laser generates 14. So if you're considering using one on your mech, you're going to have to decide if shifting that range profile out to 15 hexes from 10 is worth it for that much extra heat. In the 3060s, the word of Blake researchers began working on what would be known as a variable speed pulse laser, or VSP. They'd employed a series of rotating lenses and electrical interface cutoffs to control the power and focus of the pulse lasers. The end result was a weapon system with improved range, but at the cost of accuracy and power, and increased power and accuracy at close ranges. What that looks like on the tabletop is a -3 to hit modifier at short range, -2 at medium, and -1 at long range. Additionally, the damage profile is modified to do more damage at short range and progressively less as you move into medium and long ranges. One of the major reasons why I like pulse lasers in Battletech is that among all the weapon systems that have come along since the days of 3025 Battletech, the lasers were comparatively boring. Sure, there were the ER variety, but basically they were the PB&J of the system. Adding the pulse lasers creates an opportunity to trade range for accuracy and improves some nuance to your personal style of play. The pulse lasers have shown up in some very powerful mech designs like the Stone Rhino, the Rifleman 2C, and the Penetrator. The Night Sky remains one of my favorite medium Inner Sphere mechs, largely because the pulse lasers on it make it such a great hunter for medium and light mechs. Do you have a favorite mech or variant that equips pulse lasers? I'd love to hear it in the comments below and keep the conversation going. Big thanks to you for watching. I appreciate the support as the channel has grown more in just the past few months than in the previous year.
Damn,
as always,
very
the Ko-Fi
interesting.
supporters are amazing, and without you, I would have to spend much more time in the real world rather than creating content appreciating this pretend one. If you want to see more, check out the Why Do We Love the Gauss Rifle video link you see.
There's an Annihilator there.
Now take care and go make the world a slightly better place today and tomorrow.
Oh, that just reminds me of Halo. Yeah, you tabletop stats because video game has different stats for working in the back. Right.
Ever since Prometheus gave fire to humanity,
PPC.
people have been seeking
Particle something cannon, right? Personal particle cannon. I don't
bigger and better ways to burn each other. Sure, this stick is fun, but have you ever hit someone with a torch? Arrows are neat, but what if you dip the arrowhead in bitumen and set it aflame, and then fire it at your nearest person who looks at you funny? It's a long and flammable tradition, which carries forward all the way to the 31st and 32nd centuries with the particle projection cannon.
Projection.
Sure, lasers are fun, but have you tried shooting a man-made lightning bolt at your target?
Oh.
The particle projection cannon was an advancement in weapons technology closely tied to the development of the battle mech. In fact, the first true battle mech, the Mackie, was armed with one. Although the make and model has been lost in the sand of time, the PPC and the battle mechs that carry them have stayed together ever since. Many of the iconic mechs of the Succession Wars, like the Warhammer, Marauder, and Battlemaster, carried the noble PPC into battle. Through countless conflicts, revolutions, police actions, and minor kerfuffles, history has been written in Azure PPC fire. But what is a PPC? According to official sources for such things, a particle projector cannon, or PPC, is an energy weapon that fires a concentrated stream of protons or ions at a target.
Okay.
This results in a transfer of energy with both the transfer of tremendous amounts of heat as well as impacting with a significant amount of kinetic energy. In terms of a small child can understand, it's a
welcome, Irfan. How you doing, man? Lightning gun.
Wars, with the degradation of technology that would come from hundreds of years of conflict, the PPC held its status as a powerful long-distance weapon that could bore through all but the thickest of armor. Star League-era designs like the Panther 9R continued to be constructed and used extensively by the Draconis Combine throughout the Succession Wars. The Capellans took to the Vindicator, which used a Ceres Arms Smasher's PPC as its primary weapon. The mech became a go-to design, though what mechs the Capellans did produce, they guarded jealously. The rest of the Inner Sphere states saw value in the Griffin, a 55-ton mech armed with a Fusagun particle projector cannon and an LRM-10. Even though it's a rather dated design, even by standards of the Succession Wars, it could be found serving in militaries across the galaxy. Before the Succession Wars, with Kerensky's exodus from the Inner Sphere, they took a lot of SLDF battlemechs with them. This included many of the remaining Galahads, a 50-ton mech originally intended to replace the Rifleman. It was armed with 2 Magna Hellstar PPCs and 2 large lasers. Even with 13 double heat sinks, this would be a very toasty mech if heat isn't managed effectively. Of all the Succession War-era mechs that carry PPCs, there are few as iconic as the Warhammer, Awesome, and the Marauder. Each of these mechs carries at least 2 PPCs and have enough heat sinks to manage their pretty consistent firing. When I asked on Twitter what mech they thought of with the PPC, many of them highlighted one of these 3 classic designs. It made me want to try to sort out how to emulate the original MechWarrior game after all this was posted. During the days of the SLDF, PPC hits had the tendency to cause electrical issues in both the target and the firing.
I've actually never played TTRPGs in my life.
Through the addition
this
of
is all like
dampers,
fascinating
which
to me.
insulated electrical systems. For the firing mech, field inhibitors were developed to limit the power of the PPC at under 90 meters in order to prevent feedback from destroying the weapon and damaging the mech. However, there are many stories of bold or foolhardy mech warriors disengaging their inhibitors in order to surprise a target with close-range fire, or to just squeeze out one more shot that could be the difference between life and death. The Extended Range PPC, or ER-PPC for short, was developed in 2751 to greatly increase the range of the weapon, at the cost of significantly more heat production. However, this technology was developed late in the history of the Star League, and it would end up being lost over the course of the Succession Wars. It was simply too new and not included in many mech designs before things fell apart. One of the Star League era mechs that did have an ERPPC was the SPT-N2 Spartan, which was equipped with a Terran-based Martinson Armaments Kinslaughter H-Class ERPPC. It was designed and produced in the years leading up to the Ameris coup. The 80-ton mech had all the bells and whistles, including an XL engine, double heat sinks, and the previously mentioned ERPPC. It was cutting edge at the time it was produced, though unfortunately its production line was destroyed during the Ameris coup. And as a result of the Succession Wars, the Spartan has become one of the most rarely seen mechs in the galaxy. As a testament to the success of the PPC, there were many attempts to improve on the original design over the centuries. Reductions in weight and size often came at the price of lower damage output and decreased range. Eventually, the PPC capacitor was developed and mass-produced in 3081, which improved on the damage output by 5, but with a significant boost in heat for the firing mech. The Draconis Combine would spend a considerable amount of effort creating several new designs of PPC that would show up in the late 3060s. One of their breakthrough advances was known as the Heavy PPC. Introduced in 3067, the Heavy PPC was able to match the damage and heat production of the Clan ERPPC, which we'll get to in a bit. However, this came at a steep cost of a much heavier and bulkier weapon. Its range also couldn't quite meet the Clan ERPPC's. Even with its disadvantages, the heavy PPC would be incorporated into many upgrades and some new battlemech designs during the Dark Age era. On the other side of the coin, the Combine also introduced the light PPC, which weighs only 3 tons, does half as much damage as the standard PPC, but otherwise shares the range characteristics of the original. If it wasn't for that range advantage, the light PPC would not be able to compete with the standard Inner Sphere medium laser. The third notable advance in Inner Sphere PPC technology is the snub-nosed PPC. It was the result of efforts to eliminate the danger of using a particle projection cannon in close range with the field inhibitors turned off. What engineers ended up with is a PPC that did perform well at those closer ranges, but suffered at longer distances. It's 1 ton lighter than a standard PPC and takes up 1 less critical slot, which is all great. The energy of the weapon dissipates quickly over range, however, resulting in less damage over short, medium, and long ranges, 10, 8, and 5 respectively. Now, I've seen the snub-nosed PPC described as a PPC shotgun, but I haven't been able to find any conclusive authority on it. Even though the HBS Battletech game mod I use does treat it much like an Energy LBX autocannon with a scatter shot, I don't think it should be considered official, as there's no source book that I can find that suggests this uses a cluster table for hits. Where I think this came from is Sarna, which references the snub-nosed PPC as what a sawed-off shotgun is to a shotgun. But that doesn't necessarily imply a shotgun effect so much as just removing that minimum range limitation. It's a neat idea though. The clans continued to appreciate the power of the PPC and refined their ER PPCs to be more compact and weigh less. With the invasion of the Inner Sphere, ER PPCs were key to the loadouts of many mechs like the Warhawk, Hellbringer, Timberwolf Config A, and the Direwolf Config B. Being able to shoot farther than the standard PPCs most Inner Sphere mechs were carrying in 3049, hitting harder and taking up less space in the mech was a nearly insurmountable battlefield advantage. There are many tales of Inner Sphere mech warriors being hit with a single ER PPC and losing their footing when nearly a ton of armor evaporates or melts into slag. Though a lot of effort has gone into trying to replicate clan technology, the engineers and scientists of the Inner Sphere have been unable to fully match the clan version of the ER PPC. By the 3100s, mechs like the Black Knight 5H are really just equipped with the clan
yes,
version
Kevin, the one that you booked from ages ago. Yeah, hold on, let me
Battletech IP, there are a few
Kevin, if you could find that and then send it to Kenzo, we'll get that added.
From tales of tabletop conquest or tragedy to video games which each had their own unique take on the weapon, fans of Battletech have always had a story to tell. If you have a PPC story, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. If you haven't already, check out the LB10X video linked on the screen right now. So thanks again for watching. I really enjoy making these videos. I like digging through all of the source books and materials and piecing these little stories and history lessons together.
Yeah, so see what I mean? I love that. Awesome. I love that we get the lore explanation as well as the in-game applications of it, man.
Slightly better place today, and
MechWarrior 5 has a PPCX, which is basically a son of PPC. The graphics make it look like a shotgun-style blast. Right. See why it can be colloquially called that. Yeah. All right. Yo, thank you so much, man. DM it to Shab, he'll DM it. Don't worry, I'll add it myself, and then Kenzo, you can reorganize it wherever you want in the playlist. Space Marine, thank you so much for that, man. I do appreciate that. What a intro. Yeah, I will show more about the clans later. Now, yeah, for sure. Like, I do enjoy looking at the lore of like how the Succession Wars even started and how like the effects of it, what kind of battles were done in them and things like that. It's great, man. It's great. I really do appreciate the like dive into Battletech. Thank you. Love it. All right, thank you. All right, I did see this one on the playlist, guys. As you can see, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan myself. And here we have the evolution of Star Wars video games from 1982 to 2025. Let's see how many of these games you've played. I will say it probably won't be like many of them. I am somewhat of a gamer. You got to watch you buy that. Yeah, Hyper Dimension. I remember. I bought it as a treat for myself because I like did a double stream or like extended the stream out or something like that, right? But crazy, man. But yeah, man. I enjoy my Star Wars stuff. You'll see, like as I'm gonna yap a lot in this video, as you probably already know. So Zexel Gaming, thank you very much for this. Here we have the evolution of Star Wars video games. And let's see how many of these I played, man. Yeah. So I've not played this one. Okay. I'm a 94 kid, so some of these are a bit outdated for me. God, I remember this. Kevin, I said send it to me. Send it to me, Kevin. You're good, man. Send it to me and I'll get it added. No, I remember this this Naboo N1 Starfighter game I had on a handheld Naboo Starfighter. It was crazy, man. Like, bro, fun stuff, bro. Jedi Arena. Okay, then in that case, Kevin, can you let me know exactly where in custom requests it is? This is why. This is why you shouldn't have sent it in that long ago, man. I'm waiting for the actual goal to go up. Ah, the 8-bit music. Bro, I think you're what? I don't know how you know the name, like know all that. I don't know how you know all that, but possibly. Luke's land speeder? Oh, what? What in the... Okay. Oh my god. What in the Mega Man? So I still haven't been born yet. Oh shoot. Okay. Man. Wow. What the hell? Okay. Rebel Assault. Fair enough.
Watching a fork in the canyon. Green 2 will go left. You can go
Hold on. Let me see what Hyper Dimension sent me. Oh my. How on... Brother? Yes, it is. My mum was a demon at this game. She was actually really good at it. Bruv, what? How the hell did you know what I was talking about, man? Oh my god. It's crazy.
But if you're really a hot shot, follow.
Let's just go. Okay, fair enough. Man.
This
A throne. Oh,
has
shoot.
no hope of escape. Attention, all rebels.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Let me add it to the playlist. All right. But since this will not be a weekly thing, you can just send these into the relevant goals whenever. Wait, what? Is that crap for real? Oh my god, that is pretty crazy. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh my god, why did they change the UI for this, man? There we go. Okay, there. All right, cool. Kenzo, I've added it. Thank you very much in advance, my man. Is this the first ever Star Wars FPS? Oh. Damn. What? Oh, okay. Okay, yo, alright. What is this? IRL?
Finally, I get to wipe your putrid taste from me.
Okay. Damn, alright, fair enough. What? Okay. Star Wars Tekken. Is X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. So far, I've not played or known any of these ones. Rebellion. Hold on. What? That motif? That sounds a lot like Anakin's Dark Deeds, bro. Are you serious right now? Oh, I think it's Anakin's Dark Deeds. I can't remember. The one from episode 3. But this was 19... What? I can't remember how it goes. But... Thank you, Kenzo. That's pretty crazy. Oh my god. What the hell? Yeah, no worries, Kevin. Damn, man. Oh! Oh! I think I played this. Oh my god, I played a Phantom Menace game. Was it this? Maybe. Can't remember. It might have been this on the PS1. Oh my god, is this Racer Revenge? Is episode 1 Racer is that Racer Revenge? I can't remember if Star Wars Racer Revenge. I know other countries had like different names. No. Wait, what? What's the difference? It's a sequel. Okay. Star Wars Racer was a different game. Okay, I didn't play Racer. I played Racer Revenge. Alright. Yo, hello, how's it going? Alright. Kenzo, thank you. Damn. This was on the PS1. Racer Revenge was not on the PS1, was it? I thought it was PS1 as well. Okay. I didn't play this one. Revenge usually comes out. Okay, fair enough.
It's my way. Stormtrooper reporting as ordered. I'm on my way.
Oh my god. What's that land speeder doing in space? Okay.
Combat manual.
Oh my god, I played this. What is this called? I played this. Star Wars. It's just Starfighter. I played this. Oh my god. This is sick.
We're approaching a training minefield.
God, I still think the N1 is the sexiest Star Wars ship, man. When are we gonna get an updated Lego set? I know we got Mando's N1, but I need that yellow. I need that yellow N1, bro. That OG one. It's so good, man. What is it? Super Bombad Racing. Galactic Battlegrounds, okay. Yeah, 100%, man. The sleekness, the yellow paint scheme. Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader. Damn, the quality actually looks pretty decent for this. What the hell? 2001. Bounty Hunter, yeah. I actually didn't get to play this one. I didn't get to play it, but I've heard good things about it. Yeah. The Clone War. Ooh, no. I think I played this one. Negative cheats. I didn't play this, no, but okay. Yes, Racer Revenge, baby. Guys, how many of y'all are getting the new Star Wars Racer game? I cannot wait. This is how I played it, right? The new Star Wars racing game that's coming out, that is how I imagined it when I was playing this as a kid, bro. Ah, man. I can't wait for that. I genuinely can't wait for that. Star Wars Racer Revenge, baby. Oh man. Oh, this Knights of the Republic, yeah.
Your pathetic Jedi mercy is a weakness that shall cost you your life and the life of your academy's students.
Who is baddie?
We need to go around.
Taking my pride.
Rogue Squadron 3, bro. Why is she jumping so high? Battlefront! Battlefront, baby! Oh my god, this is my jam. This is my jam, man. Ah, good times. Good times, man. Battlefront 1. Oh, the music! This is not my Gito. This is oh my god, Ryloth, no? Is this Ryloth? Wait a second, was that was Battlefront 1, yeah? Okay. I actually don't know this map. Renvar! Oh my god, Space Marine, thank you, man. Thank you. Droidicas was so dangerous in Battlefront 1. Oh my god. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, man. It was a different era, isn't it, back then? Ah, man. I don't know. Like, maybe it's rose tinted glass. Maybe it's a bit of both, man. Like, but yeah. I get it. I get it, man. I get it.
I know his face. That's about it. His office is on Beckel's.
Yeah. Oh shoot! All right, I didn't play this one. Yeah. Republic Commando. Republic Commando. Republic Commando. Peak. Please, a remake, man. I'm begging you, bro. We've never had a Star Wars FPS that was just so well done like this, man. I'm begging. I'm on my knees, man. God damn, that was so...
Eliminate target.
I loved... Oh my god. Damn. Lego Star Wars 1! I love this. Played it with Asif. Fun game, man. Oh, and I played Revenge of the Sith, the video game.
Be careful, Anakin.
Oh, wait, is it?
Running
Yeah. Okay, Obi-Wan.
Be careful, Anakin. You're running out of limbs.
God damn, man. Battlefront 2. Yeah, this is freaking beautiful, man. Just such a good game. Such a good game, bro. Yeah, this is so well done. Empire War. So I never got to play these like strategy ones. Yeah. Right. Yeah, man. Yep. Brian, me too, man. Me too. Oh damn, look at this. The next Lego Star Wars installment, yeah. I played this one too. The original trilogy, okay. Oh, what? Lethal Alliance, okay. Quite a lot of these fairly newer ones that I don't know. Oh god. Yeah, I played this one too. The Complete Saga, okay. Yeah, baby! Love that. Oh! Rogue Squad, Renegade Squadron on the PSP? PSP, right? I played this one too. Force Unleashed, yep. Star Killer. Well, that's Darth Vader, but you know what I mean. God damn, look at the graphics, man. Wait, what? Why is he eating stormtroopers? What the hell? What? Okay. This is when he's hunting for that Jedi Master, right? On, what is it, Kashyyyk?
To practice your lightsaber attacks.
Oh, look at this. Damn.
Use the Force and swing your lightsaber.
Hey, Snips.
Not learning to the dark side count. I am a Jedi. Launch droid.
Don't worry, Master. I'll take care of it.
Why did they have Xbox mics? Oh, no, the Clone Wars one. I had this on, yeah, I had this one. I think I borrowed it from a friend, actually. Oh, the Force Unleashed 2, yeah. Damn, look at that. Look at that aura. Oi! Oh my god, brother. Oh. Oh, is this the MMO? I've never seen gameplay of it, actually. Have I played this? Wow, Clone Wars came out that long ago. The yeah, why do they have a real Acklay, bro? Where's the Lego Acklay? No, I don't think I've actually played this one. I don't think I've played this one. Connect. Yeah, that OST again. Like, is this an official? Is this a real Star Wars? What episode does this play in? Flipping egg. All right. It sounds very much like Anakin's Dark Deeds. So, yeah. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. Soupy Soup, take it easy, man.
Shalem didn't send more?
Old Republic rise the hot cartel.
We're enough. Give us your coordinates and we'll get you to safety. Galactic Starfire.
That's a hit. Satellite secured.
Oh, attack squadrons. Okay. Oh, here's bro. Wow. When did this come out? Was it 2015? Battlefront 1, the remake. 2015, yeah.
Omega 15 going in.
Going down. We could have had something great with this, man. We could have had something great with the new era of Battlefront. Yeah. Yes, I do. They fixed it, but too little, too late, isn't it? Oh, this I remember this trailer, man. I've not played these ones. Back when I played Lego Star Wars game, they didn't have voice acting. I think this is really cool though that they added it. Battlefront 2, yeah? Yeah. 2017. Guys, it's been almost a decade. It's been almost a day. I played Battlefront 2 after like, you know, all the issues and stuff were resolved and stuff like that. I played it with my brother, man. We used to run, you know, in the co-op mode, the 4-man kind of horde mode, whatever it was. Bro, me and Asif, clone commandos, cooking. It was so fun, man. So fun. Yeah, this is good. This is good, man.
This location's safe.
It wasn't, yeah.
Safe from future invasions. An ion pulse that would disable any threat outside the palace.
What is the next Star Wars game that's coming out, by the way? Aside from Racer, the racing one.
Not if we're in the palace.
God, look how beautiful the environments look, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, Zero Company. I want to play Zero Company. Ah, Jedi. The Jedi game, Fallen Order. Or, yeah. I played this. Pretty good. I like this. Oh, Kenzo. Thank you. Hold on, let me just check this out real quick. Yeah, Kenzo. I think it probably would be better to move that to the music section exactly for what you mentioned. This is when people are like, Star Wars video games are back. How many of you guys enjoyed this one? Like I played a bit of it, but I ended up watching the cutscenes for it because it wasn't really my cup of tea. It wasn't my cup of tea. I just didn't have the time to finish it, right? But I thought it was okay for what it was.
Our first real meeting is under such tragic circumstances.
Oh shoot, what is this? The Skywalker Saga. I think I bought this to play it with my mates, but I haven't gotten the chance to play it. Oh yeah, I would love to play that in VR, man. Damn. Okay. Really? Oh, maybe what? Oh, okay. What's? Oh, Jedi Survivor. I was like, what is this? Okay. Wait, that is Cal. Okay, that is Cal, right? He's just got longer hair. All right. I barely recognize him without the poncho, man. Enzo, thank you. Oof. Hi. Oh, I never played Outlaws. I didn't hear good things about it, to be fair. Daniel,
can you hear me? Something's getting through. Turbo laser neutralized. Shield's gone. Why isn't this working?
Yeah, here we go. Not that bad? Okay, interesting. I wanna play this. I've never played these XCOM style games. And I freaking love Clone Wars era, so. Okay. Nice! Banger video. Oh, that looks pretty sick as well. Banger video. Thank you very much for that, man. Turn-based tactics. Right. That's a great one. Yeah, anytime I get to yap about Star Wars, I'm there, man. I love that. All right.
Most people.
Okay, here we go. Oh shoot, Tucker. Okay. All right, let's do this. We have a video by Pixel Playback, the most important RPG that nobody talks about. All right, let's check this out.
Most people When you ask them what the most influential RPG series of all time
Dungeons
is,
and Dragons?
they're going to say Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Maybe Elder Scrolls if they're feeling spicy.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
But there's this whole other series that basically built the foundation those games are standing on, and most people have never even heard of it. And that drives me absolutely crazy, because the story of how it came to be is one of the wildest, most improbable things in all of gaming.
Richard Garriott has managed to escape the Earth in a way
I'm seeing Ultima.
world inside of a computer. Travelers here can find a map in their pack showing the world of Britannia, the setting for Garriott's long series of computer games.
It all starts with this kid named Richard Garriott, 16
Okay.
years old, living in Texas in the late 1970s. And this guy, this absolute nerd in the best possible way, is spending every single evening playing Dungeons and Dragons with his friends, and every single school day making actual playable dungeon games on the school's teletype machine and turning them in as assignments. And his teachers kept giving him A's. I don't know what was going on in that school district, but God bless them for it. So, his dad eventually buys him a monochrome Apple II, and Garriott doesn't miss a beat. He sits down, fires up Apple Basic, brings his D&D friends over as his test group, and starts building something. He called it a Calibeth, World of Doom. This is where Garriott starts figuring it all out.
This is so crazy to me, man. Like, this was the world, 50 years ago. Bloody hell, bro. Like, we have it so great now, man. With all the technology that we have access to at our fingertips.
Top-down world, the dungeon crawling, the whole idea of going deeper and fighting tougher and tougher monsters. That all begins here. And even Lord British, the guy who gives you quests, that's Garriott himself. His friends gave him that nickname at computer camp because of how weirdly formal he sounded when he said hello. And the Lord part came later when he started running D&D games.
I think
But
so.
he didn't stop there.
A reminder that the moon landing will conduct on less total RAM than you have in your PC. Crazy, man. Yeah. I think there's nuance to it, though. I don't think it's like, just here or there, but I think there is nuance, yeah.
By 1981, the first actual Ultima game was out. Ultima, the first age of darkness. Same top-down, tile-based look as a Calibeth, but now you had a real story. Your hero summoned to this land called Caesarea to take down an evil wizard named Mondane, who made himself immortal using something called the Gem of Immortality. The only way to kill him is to find a time machine, go back to before he completed the gem, kill him in the past, and shatter it before it can save him. Cool fantasy premise, right? Totally standard stuff. Except, you can also buy a spaceship in this game. You can get a phaser. You fly into orbit and shoot down what are essentially TIE fighters in a medieval fantasy RPG. In 1981,
Damn.
I genuinely think that Garriott's D&D campaigns were the most chaotic things that have ever occurred in a suburban living room. And by the way, I mean that with complete respect. Ultima 2 came out in 1982, and this is where one of my favorite little stories happens. Back then, games were sold in Ziploc bags. Just a disc and a couple of photocopied pages. That was it. Garriott hated that. He wanted Ultima 2 to feel like something real, boxed, with a cloth map of the world and an actual manual. Now, that sounds normal now, but in 1982, almost nobody was willing to do it. Except one company, Sierra Online. And that's literally why he signed with them. From that point on, every main Ultima game came with a cloth map. And by Ultima 4, they started adding little physical items too. Coins, stones, pendants. They called them feelies, and they were actually really cool. So by 1983, Garriott had knocked out a full trilogy. And Ultima 3, Exodus, is where things get genuinely historic. This is the game that introduced the party system. 4 characters, different classes, and actual tactical combat. It had a written narrative carrying a story that was bigger than anything the gameplay alone could tell. And the villain, Exodus, is this thing that's described as neither human nor machine. A demonic, self-aware artificial intelligence. Lots of historians of the medium consider Ultima 3 the first modern computer RPG. Not just an early one, the first modern one. It influenced Dragon Quest. It shaped games across the entire genre in both the East and West. After Ultima 3 came out, Garriott started getting fan mail. And one letter really stood out. A player wrote in, amazed at what he thought was a hidden mechanic. He'd been losing a fight with a sword, switched to a dagger, and suddenly won. He thought it was genius design. Different weapons for different enemies. Garriott read it, got confused, and checked the code. Turns out it was a bug. Weapon choice didn't matter at all. Damage just scaled with your level. Sword, dagger, anything. Players had been experiencing this the whole time and were interpreting it as deep game design. That one story tells you more about what Ultima was doing than almost anything else could. It was building worlds so layered and alive feeling that players were inventing depth that wasn't even there. That's not a bug. Well, technically it is. But more than that, it's proof that something genuinely special was happening. And the wildest part, this was still just the beginning.
Yeah,
but
how
after
old was he
Ultima
at that
3
point, man?
shipped, Garriott started getting letters from parents.
Oh.
Not fan mail this time. Complaints.
Oh.
Parents were furious that his games let players steal from innocent people, murder peaceful citizens, and generally behave like complete sociopaths if they felt like it. But then it got weirder. Some people were writing in convinced there was satanic content in the games, pointing specifically at Exodus, whose terrifying visage was plastered right on the game's packaging.
Oh.
And Garriott's response to
He's
all
a bad
of
guy.
this was not to apologize or dial things back. He was like, okay, if people are going to be looking for hidden meaning in my work, whether it's there or not, then I'm going to actually put something meaningful in there. So he sat down and he watched a television documentary about Hinduism and the concept of the avatar. A being who descends into the world to embody divine principles.
bet, literally.
And something clicked. Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar, dropped in 1985. And it was unlike anything that existed in gaming at that moment.
Oh, sure.
There's no villain. There's no dark lord waiting at the end of a dungeon. Nobody is trying to conquer the world. Instead, the ruler of Britannia, the land formerly known as Caesarea, renamed after Exodus, was defeated. Lord British summons you not to fight evil, but to become good. Genuinely, philosophically good. The entire game is built around 8 virtues: honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and humility. Your actual behavior throughout the game tracks against them. Kill a fleeing enemy, your honor drops. Lie to an NPC, your honesty takes a hit. Every choice you make has weight. The virtue system was partially inspired by Hindu philosophical concepts of purification and character development, and partially by Garriott's reading of The Wizard of Oz, with the Scarecrow representing truth, the Tin Woodsman representing love, and the Cowardly Lion representing courage. Those 3 principles combine into 8 virtues, and those 8 virtues combine into one ultimate concept: infinity. The whole thing is this elegant philosophical architecture hiding inside what looks like a fantasy RPG. Forget Super Mario Brothers. I genuinely believe Ultima 4 was the most revolutionary game of 1985. People who played it back then, they still talk about it like it changed something in them, because it kind of did. And here's the hook that Garriott laid beautifully across the entire second trilogy. Everything that you do in one game comes back to haunt you in the next. When you finally achieve enlightenment in all 8 virtues in Ultima 4 and retrieve the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom from the volcanic depths of the Stygian Abyss, claiming it causes massive tectonic upheaval beneath Britannia. A vast network of underground catacombs opens up. Lord British leads an expedition to chart this new underworld, and his party never comes back. And in his absence, his right-hand man, Lord Blackthorn, gets corrupted by these shadow entities called the Shadow Lords and goes completely off the rails. And this is where Ultima 5, Warriors of Destiny, released in 1988, picks up. And look, I love this game. I think it is one of the most underrated things in the entire series. Blackthorn has taken the 8 virtues and he has turned them into mandatory law. Not suggestions, laws, with brutal consequences for breaking them. Honesty becomes, thou shalt not lie, or thou shalt lose thy tongue. God. Sacrifice becomes, thou shalt donate half of thy income to charity, or thou shalt have no income. Lord. The Avatar, the spiritual hero of Britannia, the person whose example inspired this entire system, returns to find the world they helped build turned into a police state built on a perverted version of their own philosophy. You're now an outlaw. You're breaking into sealed dungeons, stealing from Blackthorn's castle, and trying not to get ratted out by the terrified civilians around you. And if you do get caught, if Blackthorn gets his hands on you and demands information, you can refuse to give it up. But if you do, your companions are executed, one by one, permanently. They don't come back. This is 1988. Games didn't do this. Ultima 5 also introduced something technically remarkable for its time. NPCs with actual daily schedules. Characters wake up, go to work, eat dinner, go to sleep. The world keeps moving, whether you're watching it or not. Diagonal movement in combat, a deeper magic system. This was the most sophisticated old-school Ultima ever made. And honestly, it's still too hard for most modern players to get through without losing their minds. But if you can handle it, there's nothing quite like it. And then comes Ultima 6, The False Prophet in 1990. And this is where Garriott does something that genuinely almost nobody was willing to do in a mainstream game at that point. He makes you confront your own heroism. You return to Britannia to find it under assault from a race of creatures called gargoyles. Terrifying-looking things, dragging people through Moongate portals, attempting ritual sacrifices. So, naturally, you gear up and prepare to go to war against them. And then the game slowly, methodically starts pulling the rug out from under you. Turns out these gargoyles aren't evil. They're not attacking out of malice. They're fighting for survival. Because a prophecy says that a two-legged creature with a sword broke into their most sacred temple and stole their holy book. And that act began a chain of catastrophic events, destroying their world. And the sword-wielding thief who started all of this? That was you. Back in Ultima 4, when you retrieved the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom from the Stygian Abyss. That was their codex. You stole it. Lord British himself, when you figure all this out, still wants you to just kill the gargoyles rather than pursue peace. You have to override your own king's instructions to do the right thing. The game subtitled itself The False Prophet, and didn't reveal until the very end that the false prophet was the player all along. The entire second trilogy is this extraordinary piece of moral architecture, where Garriott used each game to stress test the ideas of the previous one. Virtue becomes tyranny in Ultima 5. Heroism becomes oppression in Ultima 6. And technically, the series was evolving just as fast as the storytelling was. And by 1990, the first 5 Ultima games had collectively sold over 470,000 copies for home computers in the United States alone. Insane. In Japan, the series had moved over 300,000 units on the Famicom. Ultima was being ported to NES, Super NES, Master System. The NES version of Ultima 4 basically felt like it had been rebuilt in a Dragon Quest style. And it brought in a whole new audience in Japan. And over there, it blew up. We're talking manga, soundtrack albums, and a bunch of random merch, watches, desk stuff, even clothing. There were even rumors of an Ultima anime. At that point, the series had gone way beyond what anyone expected. But all of this success was drawing attention. The kind of attention that sounds great on paper and then tends to end badly in practice. By 1992, Origin Systems had grown well beyond just Ultima. They launched the Wing Commander series, which had become one of the biggest franchises in PC gaming. Eventually, starring actual Hollywood actors like Malcolm McDowell and Mark Hamill. The company was, by any measure, at the absolute peak of its powers. And then Electronic Arts showed up. In September of 1992, they bought Origin Systems. And if you know how those stories usually go, you can already feel where this is heading. Because earlier that same year, before the deal, Origin had just released what many consider the greatest RPG ever made, Ultima 7, The Black Gate. And that timing matters, because everything before the acquisition and everything after it felt like two completely different eras. The peak and the fall, separated by one deal. And to understand what was lost, you need to see just how good Ultima 7 really was. Okay, so it was released in 1992. Still to this day, it is considered by many people to be the benchmark for open-world interactivity in video games. Not Skyrim, not Breath of the Wild, not The Witcher 3, Ultima 7 from 1992. You could pick up and interact with virtually every object in the game world. You could bake bread, actually bake it, using a functional oven with real ingredients. Over 100 characters each had their own personality, their own daily schedule, their own full conversation tree. The entire game ran in real time. No more pausing combat to think. Voice acting appeared in the series for the first time.
I know that we have met before, stranger. Dost thou not recall?
The whole thing could be played almost entirely with a mouse in 1992. Garriott himself called it one of his personal favorites in the series, and honestly, it's hard to argue with him. But Ultima 7 wasn't just technically extraordinary. The story was amazing. The Avatar returns to Britannia and almost immediately stumbles into a series of ritual murders being committed by members of a seemingly wholesome organization called the Fellowship. Now, the Fellowship is this self-help group that's spread through every town in Britannia, preaching their own ethical system as an alternative to the 8 virtues, offering charitable services exclusively to members, running personality tests that somehow always reveal deep flaws in whoever takes them that only the Fellowship can fix. Sound familiar? It should. Garriott has said openly that the Fellowship was directly inspired by Scientology, right down to the leader, a man named Batlin, who bears a striking physical resemblance to L. Ron Hubbard. The whole thing is a razor-sharp satirical portrait of cult recruitment tactics hiding inside of a fantasy RPG. And the Fellowship's ultimate agenda? Using member donations to build a black moon gate that lets an evil, godlike entity called the Guardian physically enter Britannia. It's being orchestrated by a disembodied voice that talks directly into the Avatar's head throughout the entire game, playing psychological games with you. Genuinely unsettling stuff. And here's the wild part, because Garriott had a rivalry with EA, and he put it straight into Ultima 7. The killers in this game are named Elizabeth and Abraham, E and A. The main villain spreads his power through 3 monoliths.
I will spout my water.
Pyramid, which at the time was literally EA's logo. He shipped that, and then EA bought the company. Nobody said a word. Ultima 7 also got a second part, Serpent Isle, released in 1993. Same engine. Continuation of the story. The Avatar chasing the Fellowship's founder, Batlin, to a previously unknown landmass that turns out to be an ancient fragment of Caesarea from the first trilogy. The storyline was incredibly ambitious, with a genuinely melancholic tone, an entire dying civilization to unravel.
Love it.
And one of the most emotionally devastating moments in the whole series. The voluntary sacrificial death of Dupré, a companion who had been traveling with the Avatar since the
Ultima
earlier
1?
games.
Oh, okay.
But production was rushed to meet deadlines, and you can feel it. Halfway through the game, the narrative momentum just stalls. Inventory management becomes a headache. There are some genuinely terrible puzzles, and you have to manually feed your companions or they die. Which sounds funny, until it's the 4th time that it happens at a terrible moment. The bones of something great are absolutely there, but the execution is uneven in a way that the previous games weren't. And that unevenness? Well, that was just the beginning of a much bigger problem.
Oh, man.
By the time that Ultima 8 Pagan was in development, EA wasn't in the background anymore. It was the whole story. They wanted the game out by Christmas of 1993. It wasn't ready. Garriott knew that it wasn't ready. EA told him to cut whatever it took to make the date. So he did. And what shipped was, by his own admission, the most incomplete and broken game he had ever made. If they'd had more time, it could have been great. Instead, it's a mess. Bare-bones story, no companions, a stripped-down magic system, and somehow platform.
What is it? What is it with corpos and suits, man? Just not understanding this. What is it? I don't get it. Don't get it, man.
In an Ultima game, where missing a jump can kill you. Most of it takes place in the same gray caves, the quests don't work properly, items are missing, even skill trainers don't teach anything. It barely feels like Ultima anymore. The planned expansion got canceled, the game flopped, and it became a perfect example of what happens when deadlines override design. And then there was
you lose all that trust, greed, going for the quick buck over sustainability. I have a story, a little bit of a yap. So you guys know this, right? The founder and CEO of SPONSA, as you can see, the sponsor goals up on here and stuff. We are trying to get into SPONSA 2.0 now. So that is the next big upgrade, right? Sorry, a bit of a yap coming here. But here's SPONSA 1.0. SPONSA 1.0 has been going for, I think 2 years now at this point as well. No way, 2 years now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just show you this real quick. Feel free to yap away. Yeah, because so this is what I want to show you, right? So like a little bit as to like I guess the other side of things, like the other side of like the C-suite, from my perspective anyway. Again, because the thing is, right, full disclaimer, like me and my brother, we're the sole shareholders of Sponsor, as in like we run the show here, right? Like we're the only investors. We don't answer to anyone above us or anything. So if our dev team tells us this isn't going to be shipped by the time you wanted it to, we need some more time in the oven for it, we're like, okay, that's good, bro. Because one of the main things, more than the income that we get through Sponsor, right? The currency that we value the most is trust. We built Velo City. We built our trust in this community, in this space for over 13 years now, man. And we cannot compromise that by dropping a product that's half baked, if that makes sense. What happens that you get to this? Yeah, bro, we're talking about EA, bro. But yeah, so what happened was so we built, this is Sponsor 1.0, right? We designed Sponsor 2.0 to be like the next big upgrade, the next big thing and all of that. And so our team's working on it. And then me and Arthur, we have a discussion like, yo, bro, we need to build this. Obviously, they're using test environments and everything. My Arthur was like, yo, we need to make this test environment accessible to ourselves, like myself and Asif, so we can test it out. And so we can, do all of the bug hunting and all of that kind of stuff before it goes out to even our beta testers at the moment, right? And we all agreed, we were all in agreement. Obviously, that was going to add even more months or even more weeks to production. So they did that. And when they did that, lo and behold, we actually found things that we needed to fix. So that adds even more onto it, even more production days and development cycles onto it. And now it's here. You guys go. We can actually show you like the staging side, right? So guys, here's Sponsor 1.0. Here's Sponsor 2.0, man. Nothing crazy. It's nothing absolutely insane, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, a lot of stuff under the hood, like little quality of life stuff. The double avatar is gone. You only have the one avatar here now. The tags and socials are up top rather than being tucked away at the bottom. The banner stretches the entire way now. The card is the build card function is like nice and glowing now as well. You have all of the, you got lazy loading in there now. And payment hit. Oh yeah. Oh man. Oh, Zacron, man. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. You guys are already doing such an amazing job, man. I really do appreciate it. But you got search bars for the golds now as well, and just sponsor for. You can now reactivate golds as well if you need to. If you ever want it, you couldn't do that in the past. And one thing that I'm really proud of is the new tipping form as well, right? Like, hold on, what happened? I think a cache issue. Why is my internet lagging today? Not today while I'm demoing the platform. Oh, there we go. You can see here. Like it just looks a lot cleaner. This has been fixed as well. A lot of fixes have been implemented too. Like the formatting has been properly done as well. So all the links should be working and looking properly. So a lot of stuff that you guys have been saying that we need this, it went in, man. I believe you'll be a big shot. It's never about the money. It's about the power to call your own shot, be bigger and better than ever. Thank you, Zekrom. I really do appreciate it, man. Like, I really appreciate how much trust you guys put into me, put into Sponsor, put into us, myself, Asif, into Velo as well. Like, this really means the world, man. Like, thank you for trusting us with this. Like, it's massive, man. Like, being able to trust a new tipping platform is huge. Like, you guys, all the creators that are using Sponsor. I mean, now I believe creators have made over $700,000 on Sponsor. Like, that is insane. Like, $700,000. Like, what is that? Like, what? Are you serious right now? It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And I'm just grateful, man. I'm just grateful. And that's why, man. That's why, no matter what, I do not want investors. I don't want investors, bro. Like, I want myself and my brother to run the show and our incredible dev team that's just been absolutely cooking from pre-alpha, from pre-MVP even. They've been absolutely smashing it. I want them, and I want my brother and my brother and myself to keep on doing what we do, man. We're not gonna Hello Star, how's it going, man? We're not gonna overexpand. We're not gonna buy crazy place, what do you call it, like buildings to headquarter sponsor in. We're not gonna overexpand our team or anything like that. Oh man, he still doesn't realize the impact sponsor has had on the VTuber scene. I appreciate you, man. I do appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. It means the world to me, and I'm gonna do, I hope it shows, but I'm doing everything I can to just keep cooking, man. To just keep cooking, bro. I've got a few people in mind that want to become more readily available, even with some connections and a few important people. Bro, I'd love that. I would love that, man. I'd love that. You get a whole day. Nah, man. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful, man. And I can't wait for this to come out. That's one of the reasons I'm so busy these days as well. It's just I'm writing up the patch notes for the new 2.0 update. Almost done. So as soon as the update drops, or even before it drops, I will be unveiling the patch notes, man. But yeah, very excited for it. Very, very excited, man. Yeah, no, Zekrom, of course, man. Like, one of the things that's beautiful about SPONSA is that anyone can use it for pretty much anything, man. Like, it's not just limited to creators, Anyone can, use it for pretty much anything, any type of content creation, or even stuff like that, man. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's the sky's the limit with this. I mean, I am one of the only reaction channels on SPONSA. Now it's myself, Velo City, Asif, Velo City Extra, and Isaiah's Hub, right? Like, we're the only ones using it this way. Other people are using it in so many other different ways. So it is pretty crazy. And again, I think not to take away from what Ultima, and what he's done, right? Because the fact for him is that it was a logistical issue. Like, for him to ship that many physical copies, they needed a publisher and stuff like that, right? For us, though, thankfully, we live in an age where digital distribution is possible, cloud distribution, cloud apps and things like that is possible like that. And that's why we're able to do what we can. So it is such a shame. All of this to say, it is such a shame that, people that have so much passion have to get just kind of eaten up by corpos, man, like by corporations and things like that, bro. Man, anyone can use it for anything, any safeguards in place just in case. Yes, correct. That's why we pretty much monitor everything as well. Like at the moment, it's all manually done, but in the future, it will be, or as we establish. That's why we're still in beta, right? It will be done by algorithms and things. Of course, I know like people say algorithms, what the heck? But we'll obviously review everything. But yeah, we'll have things. We'll have mechanisms in place to make sure that things are done properly. And of course, we work closely with PayPal and now with Rift as well to make sure that, everything is done above board, right? Does that make sense? That's why we don't handle any of the money ourselves. But yeah, no, Zekrom, that's fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, we're always happy to help, bro. Always happy to discuss things. I've seen the Oklairify where they organize and fund meals. What about partner? Oh, I'm actually not sure. I'm actually not aware of that. Okay, I'd love to learn more about that. Would you be able to reactivate sponsor link with a QR code on the card? Oh, yeah. That's such a good question. Unfortunately, I don't think so because it's an expensive. But I think my membership for that expired. It is so sad, man. They what do you call it? Rug pulled me, bro. That company that they said it was free, but it was only a free trial, and now it costs like 200 quid a year or something like that. So unfortunately, it's just not worth the investment. But I'll look into getting a proper QR code system that doesn't cost us. Yeah, but but that's what I wanted the app about. This really kind of triggered that in me.
Ascension, released in 1999 after 5 years of development and multiple complete restarts. Key staff left along the way, the story kept changing, and expensive cinematics from earlier versions had to be reused even when they no longer made sense. The result was a broken narrative that contradicts its own series. Characters flip roles with no explanation, major storylines get ignored.
So maybe I'll get you some updated ones. I'll let you know.
What's a paladin? In a series built on paladins. What's frustrating is the core idea was actually great. The Guardian is revealed to be the Avatar's own dark half, the embodiment of everything that he cast out to become virtuous. To defeat it, he has to merge with it, essentially ending himself. But none of it lands. The game released buggy, unfinished, and widely criticized. It sold poorly. Garriott left soon after, and by 2004, Origin Systems was shut down. The company that built one of the most influential RPG series ever, gone. But back in 1997, 2 years before Ultima 9 even released, Origin had launched Ultima Online.
Oh!
And nobody, not even the people who made it, fully understood what they had on their hands. Ultima Online became one of the earliest and longest-running successful MMORPGs ever made. The alpha test opened in April of 1996, and on the very first day, players figured out that archers could stand inside a tavern and shoot through the windows at new players who couldn't shoot back, because that's exactly what archery slits were historically designed for. The dev team had to watch their carefully constructed world immediately become a proving ground for human chaos. But something extraordinary happened alongside that chaos. Players used the clothing dye system to create matching uniforms for their guilds. They organized weddings with coordinated bridesmaid dresses. Oh my
goodness.
Military personnel deployed overseas would schedule in-game dinners so they could share a meal virtually with their families back home. People founded theater companies, taverns, police forces, sporting leagues inside a video game world. Ultima Online wasn't just a game, it was a society.
Yeah.
It ran for years, accumulating 8 expansion packs, sustaining a passionate community that by any reasonable measure should have moved on long ago. The rights situation today is its own kind of tragedy. EA owns the Ultima copyright. Garriott still owns the rights to several of the characters. Neither party can make a new Ultima game without the other's permission. And as of June 2020, Garriott publicly confirmed that EA had turned down every proposal that he had made to revive or remaster the series. So Garriott did the next best thing. He started a new company called Portalarium and launched a Kickstarter in March of 2013 for Shroud of the Avatar: Forsaken Virtues, which he described as the spiritual successor to Ultima. The first episode released on March 27th, 2018, to mixed reception.
Okay.
The subsequent 4 episodes have not materialized. The virtue system that Garriott built into Ultima 4, honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, humility, the concept of the avatar, a blank slate through which a player inhabits a role and is judged for the choices they make, was literally the first time that word was used in the context we use it today. Every time that you create a character in an online game and call it your avatar, you're using language that Richard Garriott gave you. Every open world game that lets you make moral choices and live with the consequences. Every MMO with a player-driven economy and a housing system and guild customization. Every RPG where NPCs have schedules and the world keeps moving without you.
Literally, DK.
All of it is downstream of what one teenager built in his bedroom in Texas because he wanted to play his D&D campaigns on a computer screen. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, support the channel by subscribing, and let us know in the comments.
Bang a video, man. Subscribe. Thank you very much for that. Incredible watch.
Which RPG is your favorite, and maybe we'll feature it next.
Beautifully done, man. All right, I'm loving these. This is what this video game watch party was far too overdue, man. Okay, all right, here we go. Can horror be cozy? No. What is this? No, I'm kidding. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting watch. Why do people find Voices of the Void and horror cozy? This is gonna be interesting because I do not find horror cozy at all. So I wonder what the difference between me and these people who do are. So, all right.
Horror as a genre is usually supposed to be scary. I can't think of a horror movie I've seen that made me think, I wish that was me. Almost by definition, horror media tends to involve a character in a stressful situation. So it's kind of odd that there are people out there, including myself, that find horror cozy sometimes.
Okay.
But real quick before we get going, if you're not a big fan of horror and you're worried that this video might be a bit too much for you, don't worry, I'm going to keep it nice and chill. I'm just going to sit back and relax and talk about my favorite genre for a while. I might show 1 or 2 creepy moments, but there's no need to be on edge waiting for a big jump scare to pop up. Just turn the lights low, get comfortable. Here's why horror can sometimes be cozy. There are cozy horror games, and that's with a hyphen. games that are crossovers of the cozy and horror
I know that BGM.
genre, like Dark Life Sim, Little Goody Two Shoes, or the mind-bending visual novel.
Oh, it's Doki Doki. Oh god, okay.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oops.
So it obviously makes sense why those would be cozy. They used their charming surface to pull the rug out from under you and warp what appeared to be so friendly at first into something twisted and horrifying. But I'm talking about games that are straight up horror, and yet somehow manage to make people feel cozy anyway. Horror is basically the opposite of cozy. Given that to be cozy,
Stardew Valley!
something has to be comfortable, relaxed,
I want to continue this, man.
You're probably not going to feel very safe when you're fighting your way through a zombie-riddled city, or hiding from a xenomorph. But
no! Get out of here, man! Get out of here!
Give you a space where you are completely safe, so that you can take a break from the horror. Resident Evil save rooms are a nice sanctuary from the nightmares outside. They come with calm ambient music and usually a lamp next to the typewriter or recorder that lets you save your game. They're designed to be the very embodiment of you can relax now. And plenty of people do find the save rooms relaxing. Just look at all of the Resident Evil save room ambience videos on YouTube. Going from fighting for your life terror to unconditional safety is bound to elicit a feeling of comfort.
Okay, fair. Yeah,
It's a moment of respite that you might have been crossing your fingers for a while.
Fair enough.
Plenty of games use this. You can retreat back to the van in Phasmophobia, stop to save your game in Crow Country, return to your base in Subnautica where you can literally breathe easy. They give you a wall between yourself and the danger, where you can sit and relax as long as you like.
You can do all this in Subnautica? Oh my god. Bro, we were just going back to our ship, our crashed ship. Flipping hell.
It's like being inside during a storm. You're safe here. Head on out whenever you're ready.
Okay. As someone who is an ASMR connoisseur, I do understand the nicety of like, or the appeal of listening to thunderstorms in the background, etc. Right? Like rain, thunderstorms, and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, you guys are just being silly. You're trying our best. You barely scratched the surface? Oh god, okay, damn.
So that's the question answered then, surely. Horror.
Call of Duty Zombies are meant to be pure horror, but even the most horrifying map like Mirage can be comfy, and that you're high rounding by... Right.
Cozy by simply giving you a safe room. Lovely. Let's wrap it up then. And hopefully that's enough foreshadowing to let you know that I have a lot more to say than just safe rooms.
Okay.
I will talk about the other points soon enough, but I'm going to drill down into safe rooms a bit more first. Broad strokes, I think there are three main approaches a game can take to safe rooms. First, you can be stuck in danger and occasionally find a safe zone as you travel, like Resident Evil and Left 4 Dead. Second, there's games where you're generally based in a central safe zone and make the decision to leave and face the horror. Phasmophobia and Amnesia Bunker, for example. And third and final, there's time-based safe zones. Usually that's where the nights are dangerous, but when the sun comes up, the horrors cease, or maybe ease off a little, like Darkwood and The Forest. These different approaches frame the horror in different ways. The occasional safe room means you're stuck in the horror because it's everywhere the safe room isn't, and gives you a breather after you've been fighting for your life. But your stop is just a temporary one along the way. There's plenty of horrors left on your journey. The central safe zone puts the decision to face the horror entirely in your hands, usually by giving you something you need to do out there. The safe room is always there, always dependable, but deep down, you know you'll have to leave.
Okay.
And the time-based safe zone tells you you've got free reign of the world and the light. Don't worry about it, just do what you gotta do.
Where's my safe zone in Alien Isolation, man?
But the choice to leave the safe room isn't for you to make. Whatever you do, wherever you go, you'll have to face the night eventually. The central save zone lends itself pretty well to coziness, especially if you
looks in a closet
to make that safe zone your own. Games with base building, they do this pretty well. But one of the more interesting ones to me, and of course where this video was always leading up to, is Voices of the Void.
Okay, we saw a bit of this gameplay before, right?
Heads up.
The alien one.
Voices of the Void sections of this video. The game is still in alpha and it updates pretty regularly with quite big updates, so some of the things I talk about are from an older version of the game. I'm gonna show on screen when it's an older version in the top left, but it shouldn't change any of the points I'm making.
Okay.
In Voices of the Void, you have a base, but you don't build it yourself. It's already well used long before you show up to start your new position there. It's your job as a scientist to seek out signals from far out in space and report anything you find that's of note, as well as venturing out into the surrounding woods to maintain the 24 giant satellite dishes.
Okay.
The facility you work in is filthy, whoever was here before you having left piles of rubbish behind.
You gotta clean it up.
It's a very secure building, with heavy doors to get into every room, and a passcode needed to get in from outside. Oh, hang on a second, that wasn't right. And you've got the whole place to yourself, plus a drone that delivers food, tools, decorations, and other things you can buy with the money that you earn. It's a nice quiet job, but of course, I wouldn't be talking about it if there weren't signs that something is out there.
Oh boy.
Voices of the Void is, in my opinion, best played completely spoiler-free. So for now, I'm going to keep from saying anything that I think might spoil your experience. Okay. When I first played the game, I genuinely didn't know what to expect. A friend recommended it to me and told me basically nothing, just that they thought I would like it.
Okay.
I did. A lot.
Huh.
And I think I really benefited from having no idea what the game was about. Because I didn't know what was out there. In fact, I didn't even know if anything was out there. I'd hear a noise, see something strange, and be sure that something was stalking the woods outside the base at night. But then I'd go outside in the day and be spooked by a pine cone falling out of a tree, start to wonder if the whole point of the game was just to make me paranoid that something might be out there, when really, there's nothing. I started to wonder if Voices of the Void was even a horror game at all, or if I just assumed that it was. Because I was already thinking of the game as a horror game, I was primed to think that something was definitely out there, but it slowly started to occur to me the very real possibility that it could all be in my head. So, was it? I'm not going to tell you. Not this side of the spoiler warning anyway. So you've got this space that feels safe. There's no explicit bonfire lit to show you this is a place where you can't be touched.
Bonfire lit.
But the heavy doors and passcode to get through them let you know that this is a space that keeps the outside. You can even change the passcode if you want, in case you're worried something out there might have guessed it somehow. The game also has a day-night cycle. An ominous sound plays as the sun goes down and the world gets dark, echoed by an uplifting sound in the morning when the sun comes up, to tell you it's...
Why is it when he's talking about the sunlight, my light turned off and on, brother? Please?
Echoed by an uplifting sound as the sun goes down and the world gets dark.
Did you guys see that?
Echoed by an uplifting sound in the morning when the sun comes up, to tell you it's officially day now. So it fits into the time-based safe zone as well. You've really got a lot here to make you feel secure.
Okay.
I'm going to stop right here for just a moment to give a hopping off point to anyone that wants to experience Voices of the Void as blissfully ignorant as possible.
Alright.
I really do think it's a fantastic experience. Just be patient. This game plays its cards slowly.
No, it's just my Wi-Fi. I think Wi-Fi lights.
And even though it's still an alpha, it goes pretty deep. I'm still going to keep the video as spoiler-free as I can, but there's a few moments I'll need to talk about. So you have until the end of this sentence before I start talking about things that might spoil earlier portions of the game.
Spoiler warning incoming, so take that as you will, but we'll be watching.
Sitting at the computer at night, like many of the other safe spaces I've discussed, is pretty cozy. Fireflies light up the woods and you have a big window to look at the view from, safe within the confines of your base. Equipment humming gently in the background as your signals slowly process. The game spends its opening nights fairly quietly, with a couple of signs that something is going on out there sprinkled in. You might acquire some interesting signals and find strange, unexplainable things in the woodlands. And you're likely to pick up a few unknown entities on the radar. But before long, you'll see your first concrete sign that you are definitely,
not alone.
Inarguably not alone. Voices of the Void has a story. This plays out in set events that happen on certain days or after certain criteria are met. So I can say without a shadow of a doubt, by the 17th day, you're going to be aware that something sentient is out there. But there's also random events that can happen, and these might clue you in a little sooner. The question of, is there anybody out there, now answered, the next question on your mind might be,
are they dangerous?
Are they a threat?
Yeah.
If you're like me, the chances of leaving the base at night have definitely plummeted to new depths. But how comfortable are you behind these big steel doors? Did you change the password? Did you ever go out at all without locking the doors behind you? You know what? The doors were unlocked when you first arrived. Have you done a thorough search of the base to make sure nothing's
trapped
in
in
hiding there?
Oh my god!
But whether you did or not, does the stranger come in peace? And what is it even capable of?
What if she's hot?
Sometimes, in Voices of the Void, you'll be woken up in the middle of the night, unable to go back to sleep, unable to even pause the game, because you've got a feeling something is off.
Exactly.
Something is happening.
Oh my god. Oh god. Bro, he's gonna turn around, there's gonna be a jump scare, man. But he did say it's meant to be comfy for the video anyway. Oh my lord. Who did that?
You're probably feeling pretty thankful for those doors about now.
What?
I am gonna sound dramatic here, but I'm pretty confident that this moment scared me more than any other horror game ever has.
What?
So, you're probably feeling pretty thankful for those doors about now. I am going to sound dramatic here,
oh my
but
god.
I'm pretty confident that this moment scared me more than any other horror game ever has. When this happened, I was already well aware that I wasn't alone, but I'd managed to convince myself that my visitors probably wouldn't bother me as long as I didn't bother them.
Right.
But something trying to guess the code to the keypad told me two things. One,
no.
Whatever's outside isn't just sentient, it's intelligent. And two,
it wants to get in.
It's trying to get in.
Oh my god, there's a
Needless
locker.
to say, I spent the day checking all the entrances were sealed so no visitors, well-wishers, or distant relations could...
Oh my, if that happened in the night...
Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, that's...
Voices of the Void gives you this high security base, multiple in-game days to make it your own, then methodically dismantles any sense of protection you might have gained from it. The vent falling, sure, but there's also other things going on that make the base feel vulnerable. In fact, there might be things you notice before the passcode attempt and the vent. From these events onwards, your base is no longer a safe zone.
I don't like
especially not at night.
Don't like it.
You can try and patch up the vent, but you've seen now, these doors are not enough to keep the nightmares away.
Oh god.
There's vulnerability in the base.
Oh,
it's
boy.
not so cozy anymore. Except that, actually, it still kind of is. I don't think it's just me that feels that way either. Even after the vulnerability of the base was exposed, to me, Voices of the Void still felt cozy. So now it's time to look past safe zones. Let's turn the page. Watching Vinesource Joel stream...
How many of you guys are in that same boat? Because I'm absolutely not. I would not enjoy playing this game. I love hearing about it. I love going through this. I was like, I'm so curious to find out what happens in the story. I would not enjoy playing this. Oh my god, this is crazy, man.
Of Voices of the Void, at a few points he brings up how people in the chat are calling the game cozy or comfy, and he says why he thinks that is.
But a lot of people don't find the signal simulator style.
Nice, thank you, Star. You would enjoy this, Halvessa. I would be fun with a friend, me not alone, Zekrom. Okay.
Scary at all. They don't find it scary because they find it comfy, quote unquote. Okay? They find it comfy because, like, oh, because they find it. But a lot of people don't find the Signal Simulator style scary at all. They don't find it scary because they find it comfy, quote unquote, okay? They find it comfy because, like, oh, I'm just gonna be in a base all alone by myself in the middle of the night, okay? Like, what is up with that, okay?
And I think a big bulk of the answer is right there. You're secluded in the woods in your own little space. Birds chirping as you explore in the day, and fireflies gently swaying at night.
But with a looming threat, something that could kill you,
setup.
no?
And the routine helps a lot too.
Right. Fair enough. Huh.
You've got a job to do, and you can just put your head down and ignore the fear for a while, as you do what they're paying you for. Of course, I've already described the peaceful setup much earlier, but it's not just the setup, it's how you're positioned in it. Unlike a game, say Five Nights at Freddy's, where you skip the day and you only play through the moments in the character's life that are relevant to the horror, you live every moment of your life in Voices of the Void.
Yeah, okay.
You eat and sleep, you're in control every minute of every day, and sure that applies to 7 Days to Die and Subnautica too, but the thing that sets Voices of the Void apart in this aspect is that you're just living out the life of a person at their work, rather than someone who's just trying to survive or escape a situation they're in. In survival crafting games, when you aren't fighting for your life, gathering food or sleeping, you probably want to be hunting for resources or upgrading your base. You don't want to waste time that you could be using to improve your chance at survival. But in Voices of the Void, you have actual downtime. Once your work for the day is finished, you're free to do whatever you please. You can keep finding signals to make even more money if you want, but there's nothing stopping you from just letting a signal download while you shop for things to decorate your base, or perhaps going fishing or sitting on the balcony with the radio playing. Yeah, the game might have sent a pretty clear message that something is out there and it could come for you at any time, but if nothing's moving on the radar, why not go outside and sit by the river, listening to the birds as the water flows by? On the subject of calm, relaxing rivers, it's quite far into the video to be using the word atmosphere for the first time. Atmosphere is obviously a huge factor in what makes something cozy. People find warm lighting cozy, nature, peace, and quiet. The game Inscription is eerie and unsettling, but you're in a cabin with warm, low lights, and killer frequency might be set during a night of horror for the small town of Gallows Creek. But the radio station you spend most of the game in is quiet and decorated with comfortable furniture and neon lights. The horror genre as a whole lends itself to a cozy atmosphere in a lot of ways. Many horror movies use warm, low lights, are set in secluded environments, and often surrounded by nature. Outside of horror, a cabin in the woods is probably many people's idea of a cozy getaway. Just look what comes up if I search cozy on Google Images. And yet many horror films use that as their setting. It's a convenient way to put the characters somewhere they can't just call for help. But perhaps it's also because it's a cozy atmosphere that makes it such a popular setting for horror. It serves as a contrast when the nightmares come knocking, heightening the horror by making it feel like it's violated a safe space. That's a common trick used in horror. Give the audience something nice, a happy family in their lovely new home, or a group of friends on one last getaway before college.
This cabin in the woods,
something
isn't it?
the audience can root for, relate to, and then threaten it. Make the audience feel genuine concern for the characters. But to do that, there has to be pleasantness underlying the story to take away in the first place. So the cabin environment, whilst it's being used against us, still makes for a cozy backdrop.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
Dark horrors tend to be my favorite. I love a spooky house lit by orange lights, perhaps fog rolling past the windows, or a storm outside. And I'm sure horror is a lot more likely to feel cozy when you're a fan of it. I can't imagine someone who hates horror sitting down, playing a game like Made of Scare, and finding the hotel even a little bit relaxing.
Me.
If you scooped out all the horror from Voices of the Void, and you can scoop out all the horror if you want, then you're left with a simulator game where you hang out in the woods and listen to the sounds of far-off space. There's plenty of downtime in between the horror in Voices of the Void, While you never really know when something can happen, the peace and quiet outside of that, where you can just get on with your business, is enough to keep you settled until it does. But that also makes the scares hit a lot harder.
Oh god, okay.
It's probably safe to say there are other reasons people find Voices of the Void cozy. For one thing, there's probably a psychological reason why horror can make a person feel the opposite of its intention, but that is far out of my realm of knowledge. For me at least, the majority of the coziness just comes from the underlying comfort of the safe zone and the atmosphere.
Oh, I want to see the aliens!
Routine that
I want to see the monsters
as the foundation that the horror is imposed
You did say he's not going to give like too many spoilers.
With this quiet, comfortable setting, Voices of the Void can create scary moments.
I want to know the story, but I don't want to play the game.
The contrast between the long, calm stretches and the sudden but low-key frights doing a lot of the work to make its scary moments scary. A lot of the scares in Voices of the Void are really simple. They don't tend to be loud and obnoxious. Voices of the Void would rather wake you up in the middle of the night and leave you to wander the base alone
oh god.
for a long, long time, as it tells you you sense something. Let you think that maybe there's nothing.
And then
maybe it already happened and you missed it. And then you start to wonder if anything is going to happen.
You cheeky bugger! Oh my god, brother. Thank god I don't. Oh yeah. Oh my god. You got me. You got me there, man. Oh, it's a knock. Oh. Whoo, my lord. Damn. Thank goodness we don't have custom alerts just yet, man. Oh my god. Oh, great video. You know what? Ironically, a comfy video to watch. Man, that was good. Thank you, A Loose Ghost, for that. Oh, man. I hope the alerts are working when you play Alien Isolation. I'm going to play. Thankfully, they won't be working by then. That is down the line. Down the line. Random Mind and Blitz are playing this post. Oh, right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think I'm the target audience for this. I don't think I'm the audience that would find this comfy. Even the routineness of it would just make me like anxious, right? I'm trying to do something, and I'm trying to do these tasks, but with the added danger that, or with the added sense that like something could be coming to take me out, like at any point. Are the aliens hot? At least are they? No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. That was a brilliant video, man. Thank you very much. So, what did you even say? Where was that to? That was the Alien Isolation, wasn't it? I'm sure that was. Hold on. Where is it? Where did that one even go? Why can't I see it? What the heck? Was it general? The general tip. Cheeky bugger. You cheeky bugger, bro. All right. Okay. Oh, I know that sound. Trust doesn't come free. The price is being able to scare you at any opportunity. Either that or make you cry more. It's true. It's true, man. It's true. Oh, goodness. Okay. Right. Here we go. We have now Medieval Horror of Castlecore. Okay. Check this out. Minor major spoilers? Okay. Bro, can you believe we've been streaming for almost 3 hours already? Where's the time gone, man? This is more about atmosphere, okay.
I usually skip intros in my videos, but this one's an exception. The subject is personal to me, so I think it's worth giving you some context before we get into it. A lot of you have probably seen those dark fantasy edits that were popular a few years ago. Did they make you feel something you couldn't explain, or just an interesting vibe you couldn't get from anything else? What about Plastaboo's work, especially the Vermis trilogy? Or for those of you from an older generation, did you ever get that same feeling from reading old rulebooks and guides from fantasy games in the 80s and 90s? If you said yes to any of that, then you probably understand what I'm getting at. And you are, in fact, this video's target audience. Dark fantasy has always had a certain kind of effect on me. Magical forests filled with strange creatures, grim dungeons, and of course, castles. Massive stone structures, heavy, imposing, almost untouchable, but still carrying that sense of nobility and beauty. But not every castle gives off that feeling. One of the most important aspects in that atmosphere is liminality. Empty or at least half-empty fortress corridors create this strange mix of melancholy and quiet fear. Castles, at least in our imagination, are supposed to be full of life. We see that in a grounded way in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and in a more fantastical way in the Legend of Zelda series. So when we move through empty stone halls, towers, and corridors, something feels a little wrong. It's a little unsettling, but at the same time oddly comforting. And while researching this topic online, I came across the term Castlecore. It doesn't seem to refer only to liminal medieval spaces, but it's probably the closest label I could find for the feeling I'm trying to describe. So today I put together a short list of liminal castles in video games. This won't be a horror video in my usual style, although a few horror games will make an appearance. Again, sorry for the long intro, and let's begin my little tour.
Genuinely, this is just fascinating to me, man. So you're telling me there are people out there who find this comforting. I don't. I guess, like, I'm literally just not the target audience for it. Wow.
The obscure world of Castlecore.
I like these introductions, Unedited. But they can hurt you. No, the castles themselves, but whoever inhabits the castles, no?
Unedited is a first-person RPG in the dungeon crawler format. The game's own development was inspired by those of From Software, especially King's Field and Shadow Tower. And just like those old-school FromSoft games, in Unedited you wander through enchanting but sometimes disturbing places, listening to retro soundtracks and an all-around eerie atmosphere. So all of the core principles of old dark fantasy are embodied in it. Dungeons, enchanted forests, caves, and of course, castles. Castle La Fanu is one of the main and largest locations of Unedited. This is a vampire castle akin to those of Castlevania. However, it should be noted that rulers of the castle were much more efficient than even Dracula himself. Before entering Castle La Fanu, it is necessary to pass the Sanguine Sea filled with blood.
Today we are playing Iron.
Oh, Chibi-Toki.
And in this blood-filled sea, players
no, when you doesn't leave the house, can't hurt it. Correct, man. Maybe I have just grown too accustomed to the safety of these four walls, man. Maybe that's what it is, man.
Want to suck their blood. Which is weird because they're already in a sea of blood. You would think the sea of blood is already enough, but no. Alongside the vampires is a giant creature who randomly walks around.
Oh my
His
god,
name is Yotan.
brother.
He is nearly immortal and, moreover, completely harmless.
Okay.
Players should not fear anything except his giant feet, which may step on them by mistake. However, I wouldn't say he's aggressive since he only attacks you on accident. Yotan himself cannot be killed using conventional methods, and according to Game Info, Yotans were one of the sources of magical power for people. And it is believed that the Yotan the player confronts on the Sanguine Sea could be the only remaining of his race. The description of the Sanguine Sea also implies that the Yotan could be somehow associated with the creation of this sea of blood. Maybe the extermination of all the members of its race brought so much of the blood we see, and perhaps the vampires just don't like the taste of Yotan blood. Anyways, having crossed the Sanguine Sea, the entrance to the vampire's lair comes into view, but the gate doesn't open, and the castle is seemingly inaccessible for the time being. The player will have to stumble across a huge door, which cannot be opened without a vampiric symbol. And fun fact, those who have selected the vampire race in the beginning of the game, while creating a new character, can easily pass this obstacle, as they have free access to the castle from the get-go. All other players will need to find the symbol of entry, which is located somewhere in the cattle cells of the castle. And after exploring and descending into this place, it will become evident that the cattle in question was a human. So this underground chamber is full of the remains of people imprisoned in cages. And the floor is covered with the blood, which we have seen already, alongside skeletons and innards of poor people killed by blood-sucking nobles. And with the seal found, we can finally enter the castle itself. It contains many halls, corridors, stairs, locked doors, and hidden passages. As for the enemies, they represent the general vampire setting of the location and include phantoms, hungry vampire slaves, vampire pages, giant bats, poltergeists, and cursed paintings. And those who enjoyed the aforementioned Castlevania and King's Field games will definitely feel the unique atmosphere of this space. Sad and creepy all at the same time.
Have a good one, Ianese. Thank you, man.
With
Thank you. I look forward to it
being
too.
interrupted by fights against formidable foes from the shadows. Gone are the golden days, and only now hints of the castle's past glory remains. Going a little more on that, the history of the castle itself is uncovered through decor and diaries, mainly focused on Justina and Ophelia Fanu, the former being a vampiric aristocrat and the latter being a faithful knight and wife. They were the last rulers of the castle before its fall into despair. The curse on the Fanu family, their war against the Golden Lance, and subsequent loss had some serious consequences. An anti-magic state managed to break the vampire's defenses, invade the castle, and then seal it away.
And that's where we get
rulers
this.
of the castle appear in hidden content. As of now, the only remaining descendant of the Fanu family is Kurlaw, who, till the end of his immortal life, is doomed to govern the spirits and the ruins. You will have to defeat him if you wish to proceed further in the game. And yes, as you might have figured out, in Lunacid, 2 lesbians gave birth to a son. Jokes aside, the atmosphere in Fanu Castle, as well as the game itself, is simply terrific. It is oppressive yet somber and melancholic all at the same time. For those into this rather niche subgenre of dungeon crawler, I strongly advise trying it out.
What's this one? We are on number 8, Medieval Horror of Castlecore. Ico. Ooh, I've heard of this one. Ico. Oh, this is a horror? Well, I mean, no, it's Castlecore, isn't it? Okay. I know this game. I know this one.
Eco is an excellent
right. So how is it related to Shadow of the Colossus again? Like, I know it's related. Is it the same company or something?
Early 2000s game design. A game created by a then
obscure 8 minutes
inside Sony's Japan studio for the PlayStation 2. It unfortunately failed to achieve mainstream fame upon release. Nonetheless, it became a cult classic over the past 20 years, and many designers have been influenced by its concepts, from Miyazaki to Patrice Désilets in Ubisoft's Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. The simplicity of its story and the sense of loneliness create a great atmosphere that complements the gameplay very well, and it's all housed within the walls of the castle in the mist. This castle, serving as the setting of Eco, stands on high cliffs in the middle of a sea, surrounded by fog, and gives a very isolating feeling. From the very first moment, you can tell that this location is an island separated from the rest of the world. It is difficult to reach and even more difficult to leave. It's more like a massive city. The castle itself is gigantic, fortified with impregnable walls, with smaller islands on its territory, connected by enormous bridges. Waterfalls, canals, gardens can all be found on the grounds of the castle. And at the very bottom, you'll find caves and technical rooms with huge mechanisms that operate the aforementioned bridges and elevators. Now, with all this infrastructure, you'd assume that the castle is home to quite a few people. However, you'd be mistaken. The castle does in fact not have any ordinary inhabitants. Although there used to be people living there at the time of the game's events,
Ghosts,
only
monsters.
spirits of the past remain. They are called shadows and are led by
at least
an
you have
enigmatic queen and make up the core enemy of the game. And a little more on the plot. The story begins with a boy, Eco, being shipped off to our misty castle. The boy was born with an unusual feature though, horns. And in the village he was born, such a feature was a bad omen. Although I think that this would probably be a bad omen anywhere, so they decided to sacrifice him. Eco then arrives at the castle and is put into a stone coffin. And here it becomes clear what the real purpose of this misty castle is. It's actually a gigantic prison, but luckily the stone coffin breaks and our hero escapes. Eco then tries to find an exit, which turns out to be an almost impossible task.
Then he
All
finds
the doors are locked, and there seems to be no immediate way out. But while moving through the castle, Eco meets another prisoner, Yorda, a girl who was chained in a cage hanging somewhere in a room. Yorda seems very weak at first with no real use, and speaking in some other tongue and utterly confused on what's going on. Although they both certainly agree on getting out of whatever place this is, and so our heroes start their new path together. And boom, suddenly black holes open on the floor and shadows start coming out of them, trying to kidnap Yorda and seemingly return her to her cage. And just like that, Eco becomes her impromptu protector, and together they attempt to escape the castle. I understand that not many of you are big fans of these sort of companion gameplay mechanics, but believe me, you haven't seen anything yet. In contrast to Leon and Ashley, the characters develop an intimate emotional connection.
I like
and the plot
this.
really tries to grow this attachment between you two, making you want to complete this journey side by side with Yorda until its end.
It's gonna be tragic, isn't it?
In particular gameplay mechanics itself, Eco has the ability to jump, climb, and carry objects. Yorda, on the other hand, is physically weak and defenseless, but she has some unique powers that help open doors in certain areas.
Okay.
And without her, Eco can't proceed in any way, and without him, she won't be able to protect herself from the shadows. In short, you need each other. You are two little children trying to survive in an enormous and unknown castle for the first time. This theme is also highlighted by the game's visuals itself. The two of you look extremely small against the various stone backgrounds, walls, and bridges. Moreover, the game's poster already gives the impression of your own small insignificance against the pressure exerted by the massive environment. Incidentally, it is precisely this kind of approach that characterizes games developed by Fumito Ueda, the main creative mind behind Eco. Together with his team, he managed to transfer this principle over to his later and more well-known games, such as Shadow of the Colossus, The Last Guardian, and most recently, Jin Atlas.
Oh, yes.
The castle itself, some of
this was announced recently, wasn't it?
Standout locations include the Windmill, Cogwheel, Cage's East Arena, and Queen's Rome. The Windmill location is a large windmill standing on an open cliff. First jump from the collapsed debris to the edge of the windmill wall and continue to climb higher. Right. When you reach the top of the windmill, jump onto the spinning blades from the right side of it. After doing that, an incredible view of the endless ocean surrounding the castle opens up before your eyes. East Arena is another open area, but is situated on a separate small island adjacent to the outer walls and passages. You must pass this location in order to continue further into the game's story. And a long bridge built over the abyss leads into the arena itself. Cages is a more dramatic location where you have to make some dangerous jumps between various suspended platforms in the middle of roaring waterfalls. The location under Cages is called Cogwheel, which is a underground area with large moving mechanisms. Keep in mind you'll have to constantly be moving since stuff is always shifting, and it's only possible to leave this area through a giant pipe. So brush up on your parkour skills. Queen's Room is a spacious abandoned throne room, which, spoiler alert, leads to the only boss battle in the game. There are many other locations that deserve to be mentioned here, but I won't spoil the whole game for you, and of course I need to keep the video at a reasonable run length. So I'll end my yapping here, but I'm sure if any of this sounded appealing or interesting to you, then the game isn't likely to disappoint.
This one looked pretty good. A bit more up my alley. I like these kind of like you know, you and your partner kind of against the world kind of games, or like trying to get out of a situation, but you know, it's you have someone that you can confide in, you trust them and they trust you. I like that stuff. Maybe I do like people. Maybe I'm not as much of a loner as I thought, man. I've always been that. I've always enjoyed company. I've never been. Oh man, I'm an ambivert, bro. I'm an ambivert. A way out sounds. Oh yeah, for sure. But I also think, like, you know, even with an NPC, right? It digital people. Yeah, maybe it's that, bro. Maybe it's that, Taco. But even like maybe I do. But like I like that when you have an NPC partner. Even an NPC is fine, bro. It's kind of wild, but you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, NPCs are fine too, man. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Resi Village. Okay. Oh, I know the big bad in this is hot.
Resident Evil Village could probably be considered one of the most controversial games in the entire franchise, due to the developers choosing to move away from the familiar zombie apocalypse theme and into something more fantasy-esque. However, I think most of you would agree that Castle Dimitrescu is one of the best locations not only in the 8th game, but in the entire series. Castle Dimitrescu is the first major area and village, located somewhere in Eastern Europe and owned by the ancient Dimitrescu family. It is an enormous medieval castle built in the 14th century under Duke Cesare, with an exterior that combines medieval and Renaissance architectural elements, while its interior is heavily influenced by Baroque design. And like I just mentioned, originally the castle was built under Duke Cesare, not to be confused with the much larger Duke you see in the game though.
I've been waiting for you, Mr.
And later the Dimitrescu family would move in. They then intermarried with the local nobility and became one of the 4 noble houses that ruled the region since ancient times.
Oh,
they were
that was
also
gold.
well known
That was
for their
freaking gold.
wine, which apparently was very high quality and incredibly tasty. The wine was called Sanguis Virginis, meaning maiden's blood, and they weren't using tomato sauce. But then later on, the family entered a period of stagnation before its winemaking skills and reputation were eventually restored by the former jazz singer Lady D, and under her leadership, the production of the wine was restored. Going back to the castle itself, the external architecture includes towers, walls, balustrades, and bell towers. The castle is located in the mountainous area of a country similar to Romania, and it is perpetually steeped in fog and snow. And apparently they have some pretty cool Halloween decorations too. In the fields in front of the castle there are scarecrows, and according to the materials provided in the game, some of them are made from the hollowed out bodies of people killed by House Dimitrescu. The interior of the castle is constructed in a Baroque style, which I mentioned earlier. Almost every major room conveys the wealth of the ruling family. There are gilded ornaments, luxurious furniture, crystal chandeliers, fancy carpets, marble flooring, portraits of family members, sculptures, and of course the majestic crest of the family, all lit up by candles and fireplaces. The windows, however, are covered with heavy curtains, and I can't imagine why. And by the time Ethan Winters reaches the village in 2021, the castle is still governed by Lady D. And considering this is Resident Evil, you could probably guess what the secret of her immortality is. The big lady ended up being implanted with the Godot parasite by Mother Miranda, and was turned into a mutant. In addition to being a mutant, she is also
how's it going,
a
man?
well-known entrepreneur.
Right. Also hot though.
Turned into a mutant. In addition to being a mutant, she is also a well-known entrepreneur, exporter of wine, and one of the 4 lords. From the 1950s up until the year 2021, she was in control of the local peasantry and was a murderer and cannibal. She also has 3 adopted daughters. Bella, the eldest, who's kinda calm aside from really liking man blood and basically anything man-related. Cassandra, the middle daughter, who has a nasty streak of sadism. And then there's Daniela, the youngest and most delusional. These daughters originated from experiments with the Godot virus and fly-like organisms. So basically their bodies consist of swarms of flies, meaning that they can disperse into a cloud of insects and reassemble into a human shape. And when exposed to low temperature, their metabolism stops, hence why they hardly ever leave the castle. So in summary, the castle's inhabitants include Lady D, her 3 daughters, and former servants and prisoners, who were used for producing wine, which is made of human blood, of course. Despite its apparently lovely taste, there was a little issue. Some of those who died for the sake of its production became more like mutants, which are human-like creatures similar to ghouls or vampires. They've lost their minds and roam around the basements and catacombs in packs. They have very sharp teeth and claws. As for the areas of interest in the castle itself, there are a number of interesting places. The entrance hall and main hall are the upper ceremonial areas of the castle. They are characterized by their impressive scale and extremely lavish decorations. There is also the Hall of 4, which is a sealed passage leading to the crypt of the Dimitrescu family, and the Tower of Worship. It's connected to an important path and requires finding some particular items. The inner courtyard is a very spacious area, and from here you can reach different castle wings, including the Hall of Ablution and areas associated with the Mass of Sorrow, Pleasure, Joy, and Rage. There's also the wine room and tasting room. That's where the maiden's blood is stored and displayed. The Opera Hall is a large hall with a piano and gallery. Evidently, the Big Miss D retains that passion for music from before her transformation. The armory is a closed room on the upper levels, and in it there are weapons from various centuries, which you'd expect, but also some explosives, which sort of clash with their whole vampire aesthetic they got going on. Next are the bedchambers and private rooms. This is where Lady D lives and her daughters. They also store a lot of relics there. The Hall of Ablution is a bath filled with blood. It's connected with the legend of Elizabeth Bathory, as she was said to bathe in the blood of virgins, and clearly the big lady takes some inspiration. The lower chambers, such as the kitchen, are rougher and more utilitarian in appearance, lacking the opulence you'd find in the rest of the castle. Storage areas and corridors connecting this part of the castle to the manufacturing sector can be found as well. The Hall of War, or Hall of Stone, has a bunch of stone carvings of soldiers on the wall. This is presumably how the past military glory of the family is commemorated. The Chamber of Solace is a secret zone of the catacombs located behind the dungeons, which contains people who were once killed by the family, and then reborn as mutants. From time to time, you also have to climb across the rooftops, and from there you can get an amazing view. Despite all the danger of this zone, it's also very pleasant to travel through. The Tower of Worship is reached through the aforementioned crypt of the Dimocrest family. It is connected to the Hall of Four by a sealed passage, and this is also where the final battle with Lady D occurs. Wrapping things up, Castle Dimitrescu isn't the only featured in the franchise, though in comparison to Castle Salazar from Resident Evil 4, it's much calmer and more relaxing. Perhaps that's due to the absence of the cannons. Anyways, the experience of going inside the castle brings back a sense of nostalgia for old school games like Castlevania, creating an unforgettable experience. So I implore you to try Resident Evil Village, even if you don't like the concept of the game. I don't think it'll leave you disappointed.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that
What's going on there?
Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him...
Bruv.
No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down. Hell with the ceremony!
Flipping out, man. Alright, what's next? Devil May Cry.
Most people see the Devil May Cry series as a fun, fast-paced hack and slash where you can lay down some smoke and sexy style combos against demonic punching bags while energetic music plays in the background.
Comfy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Yet at the same time, I can't overlook that the franchise also contains several darker aspects, which might be surprising for some of you. Looking back at it, I got acquainted with the series for the first time with Devil May Cry 4 on my friend's PlayStation 3 and then later my own Xbox 360. But besides Dante and Nero, who became objects of fixation for me, I was also impressed by Fortuna Castle. The not-so-pleasant dark corridors and quite aggressive locals were able to give me a bit of fright at that innocent age. Locations such as the aforementioned Fortuna Castle are always present in the Devil May Cry games, and the king of all of them is definitely Mallet Island from the first Devil May Cry. This is where young Dante arrives after receiving information from a mysterious woman about the return of Mundus, the ancient demon who his father fought in days gone by and whom Dante, as Sparta's son, is now drawn into fighting. The island itself serves as the Infernal Gate, a portal between the human world and the demon world. Hideki Kamiya explained that Mallet does not have a fixed location on the map, and according to him, the island is closest to the underground, and because of this connection, the island is constantly changing its location every night. Appearance-wise, Mallet resembles a Gothic castle, much like some of the other entries on the list, and from a distance, the island looks like a dark rock with a fortress. This fortress is made up of towers, dramatic halls, a cathedral, and next to it, there are gardens, an old bridge, a canyon shrouded in mist, a coliseum, and there's also a ghost ship situated near the shores of the island. The cathedral is part of the castle complex. Constructed in a traditional Christian style, further it opens the way to the ruined bridge. The bridge in turn is built over the surface of the sea and leads to a suspended platform, which is raised up in the sky by an unknown force. The gardens are also huge complexes that can be found beyond the drawbridge and at the end of a spiral stairway. The Canyon of Mist is a labyrinthine canyon. To pass it, Dante must destroy all the monsters there and free a magical orb of light that will lead him further on his journey. The Ghost Ship is a mysterious pirate ship which wrecked near the banks of the underground river. The Colosseum is an ancient amphitheater connected to the castle and the throne room. The castle, obviously being the main location of the game, occupying most of the island's territory, has lots of levels, underground sections, and even a small biplane hidden in one of the rooms. Moving on to the rooms inside the castle, such as the Black Hall, Prison Chamber, and Guest Room. The walls of the rooms are dark, but the portraits hung there make everything feel much more scenic. The floor is carpeted with beautiful rugs, which helps with the scenery as well. Under the castle is an array of sewers and channels. There's also the mirror dimension, which is basically a distorted imitation of reality. The entrance into this dimension opens through the reflections of the castle using a special elixir. Most of the enemies Dante encounters on the island are demons, and most of them have some connection to the history of the castle. For instance, marionettes, one of the most frequently encountered enemies in the game, were regular dolls at first, created in the likeness of the people that used to live in the castle, and afterwards they were taken over by low-ranking spirits of darkness. I might as well go over the bosses as well. The first game's collection of bosses is actually pretty small. The first one being Phantom, a spider demon who Dante first encounters in the cathedral. His size is almost equal to an elephant, and magma can be found inside of him. Griffin is the next boss, a demon who takes the form of a bird and controls wind and lightning. He was the eldest and most loyal servant of the King of Demons, although due to his advanced age, he is no longer able to perform like he could when he was much younger. Nonetheless, he still participates in the fight for the sake of his master. Nightmare is another devil in this rabble, who possesses a certain danger. It's basically a massive greenish slime with demonic plates and some skulls hidden underneath. This demon is a result of an experiment conducted by the Lord of the Underworld. In short, it's a bioweapon of the devil. Sometimes you'll also end up in battles with other characters such as Nello Angelo. I think it's pretty clear, even for those who have never played the first game, that he has a face behind this mask, and that'll definitely not ruin your surprise. Anyways, the main opponent of our hero is the Demon King Mundus, and also he's the aforementioned ancient entity who attempted to conquer the human world many years ago. 2,000 years ago to be precise, he was defeated by Sparta, another powerful demon who chose to team up with humanity and, as mentioned previously, fathered our hero. But now Mundus wants to try his luck again, and it is up to us to thwart his plans. So I'll leave the rest for you to figure out, and I don't think you need my recommendation to try it out.
Okay, fair enough. Alright. And now we have Amnesia, the Dark Descent. I feel like I know this one. Not 100% sure though. Oh boy. This one sounds scary. Yeah, I feel like I know the name, perhaps.
Amnesia the Dark Descent is, dare I say, the origin point of survival horror focusing on a helpless protagonist. I might be slightly exaggerating, but it's the game which, for me at least, introduced this theme, which was later used by many titles such as Outlast and Alien Isolation. So let's talk about the survival hide and seek that happens within the walls of Brennenburg Castle. It is situated in eastern Prussia, near the city of Königsberg. It belongs to Alexander of Brennenburg. In Amnesia, you play as Daniel. He wakes up in the castle without any recollection of prior events whatsoever, hence the title of the game. Then it's learned that he willingly consumed a bottle of an amnesia potion after finding various notes around the castle. These notes also tell him to go down to the very bottom of Brennenburg Castle and murder Alexander of Brennenburg, the Baron of the estate. And while exploring the bottommost levels of Brennenburg Castle, Daniel is haunted by the Shadow. It is some kind of power associated with an artifact found by Daniel prior to the game's events. The Shadow gradually disintegrates sections of the castle and leaves behind a red organic matter. But more on Baron Alexander of Brennenburg, who of course is the owner of the estate. Now, formerly he has been many other barons and identities in his over 250-year-long life. There's a lot more to say about him, but just understand he's not an ordinary human, at least not the one you'd find on a box of pizza. Moving past that, he's not an ordinary human. At least not.
Did you see that? What did I say? Hold on, can I? I hope.
At least not the one you'd find on a box of pizza. Moving past Alexander, the number of enemies in the game is very limited. The main ones are Alexander's servants, known as the Gatherers. They come in two flavors, the Grunt and the Brood. Encounters with them mostly follow the same pattern though. You try to avoid direct contact and run and hide. Going back to Brennenburg Castle, the title Descent is quite accurate, since the structure of Brennenburg is a long vertical path downward that you'll be following, of course. First, Daniel goes through its upper parts. There he passes through entry halls, corridors, archives, and studies. It's a relatively quiet territory. Here one can sense a certain liminal feeling and an odd sense of peace. There are no enemies on this route, only darkness which decreases sanity. It's mostly built of stone and wood, of course, and you'll find lots of candles, paintings, and carpets in the interior. And those candles also help with visibility when natural light hasn't found its way in yet. Another area is the archives. They're like old libraries or studies. Here you can find notes, books, and other important documents, through which we can get some more lore about Alexander's history. Next are the utility-related chambers. For instance, the wine cellar. Simple stone chamber containing barrels with wine, presumably for Alexander's purposes. Functionally, it is a typical service facility that you'd find in most other castles, at least I think. Anyways, as you descend deeper, the number of living quarters decreases as well. And you'll also notice sunlight disappears completely. And this is also when you'll get to the machine room, a narrow area filled with pipes and, you guessed it, machinery. There, everything typically associated with the term technical appears. Do note that this is also a safe area, so Daniel won't encounter any enemies aside from the shadow. The cistern is, well, a cistern. It's a storage chamber where water is stored and transported to other areas of the castle. Below the cistern is the sewer, and even deeper below that is the prison. This is where you'll find traces of people who were in prison with a particular purpose in mind. As one would expect, the prison facilities are rougher and more rudimentary than those of the upper levels. The presence of a morgue near this room also makes the place even creepier. But if we go even deeper, we'll reach the sanctum. This is where Alexander performed his unholy rituals and alchemy, for which the prisoners were needed. And this is where I'll wrap things up, since I won't spoil everything about Brennenburg Castle, as I think you'd like to see it for yourself. It's a very important part of horror game history and, of course, YouTube history. But before I end this segment, I'd also like to just say Kane from the Command & Conquer series, which I also very much like, and Alexander have a lot in common. Just a little side note that I thought I'd add.
No, absolutely not, Brian. I don't know what you're talking about. I need to increase the horror attacks.
With all that being said, I think it's about time I wrap up the video.
God.
Although there were a lot of other castles I was planning to speak about, cough cough, Castlevania, but due to the experimental nature of the video, I'd prefer to keep this one on the shorter side. Maybe I don't want to come off as a lunatic ranting about stone walls and castles for over an hour either. Anyways, if this subject
banger video, man. Brilliant one. Brilliant one.
Below. If there's a lot of
no, please, Whiplash needed after all this horror.
Won't be too far off.
That was good, man.
And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.
I enjoy like horror breakdowns, video essays and stuff like that. It's just playing it, putting myself in the shoes of the protagonist. Oh man, because I enjoy like the self-insert aspect of games as well, right? But I would not like to self-insert into these castles and horror scenarios, bro. Unless Dante, I guess. But yeah, damn, banger. Oh, I know. And you, as you guys are off to tell me. Alright, what do we have here? And what Vine Swords, Binny, Sesame Street Corruption. What the hell is this?
Hey, guess what?
This is oddly horror as well, man.
An underwater adventure?
What on earth? Elmo's Letter Adventure.
Okay.
Just glitches in the game? Oh, I see.
This is Terminal 7 Street, yeah.
Howdy. Would you like to go to the alphabet farm and pick
a visit to a real-life farm?
I know an underwater
What is happening?
Underwater adventure? Wow!
If you'd like to come with me on an underwater adventure, press one of these buttons. The ones that are flashing.
Yeah, literally.
Ernie has become a black hole.
Oh my god.
Guys, what is this?
Okay.
Oh my god, Grover.
This stuff is so eerie, man. What is happening? Okay, maybe we aren't out of horror yet.
I gotta visit Ernie. Oh god,
Oh,
he's still
Lord.
morphing. Ernie, you're my last hope.
Oh no. Ernie, no.
With letters.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Grover. Grover. Stop devouring the universe, please.
If you'd like to come with me to the farm, press one of the flashing buttons.
I'm inside Big Bird right now. Like for a second, he became a hypercube.
Hello there, and welcome to my
Yes, hello there.
Now put that in outer space?
Spurs!
Oh my god. What on earth, man?
Educational video games. Only a handful of games have broken through the glass.
Can you beat Elmo's letter adventure without killing anyone? What kind of game is this, bruv?
Ceiling and earn their place among the stars by achieving mainstream success and worldwide acclaim, including such classics as Alpha Beam with Ernie and the History Channel Civil War, A Nation Divided. But one game stands above the rest as a speedrunner's nightmare and a masochist's wet dream.
Okay.
Can you beat Elmo's letter adventure without killing anyone? After we get through the game logos and other nonsense, we're greeted with this: Elmo trying his hardest to get away from a large yellow bird. Of course, with legs like that, I don't think Elmo has much of a chance of escaping the wrath of Big Bird. And that face, that would have given me nightmares as a kid if I wasn't already preoccupied with my nightmares about the Muppets coming out of the drain in the bathroom and dragging me back down the drain with them to hell. Anyway, the first big decision is what difficulty to play on. I'm hard, so I'm playing on hard. Now we're on Sesame Street. I could hear horns honking and voices in the distance, so I tried to run into the street in hopes of getting hit by a car. Didn't work. Then I thought, maybe I could wobble this pole enough that it'll come loose and smash Elmo's skull. Again, no. My last hope was that I could strangle Elmo with the balloon strings, but they're embedded in the cement, and they're Big Bird's balloons, so they aren't going anywhere. I got a face full of a large yellow bird's crotch, I blacked out, and when I woke up, I was at Big Bird's farm. He obviously drugged me, which is why I'm seeing all these lowercase letters. I avoided them and progressed through the corn maze until I reached a dead end. I'm Big Bird's plaything, and I'm not going anywhere. Then I blacked out again. This time, the bird glued me to a pogo stick and did his best Night King impression. I must have broken the game by not picking up the letters, because it appears that the game is in some sort of a soft lock. But I can assure you that Big Bird is not soft. I restarted the game, could not avoid the gaze of Big Bird, talked to Grover, and went into fucking space. I was given this go-kart and did a bunch of sweet tricks. My mission was to collect the letter G. I assumed that G stood for God, because Grover is the only god in this crater. I collected a few G's, got to the end of the level, and was in intergalactic space with unfathomable technology. I tried to fly into the sun to be cooked alive, but it didn't work. The upside is that this is a true open-world experience. You can go anywhere and do anything. Rockstar could learn a thing or two from Elmo's adventure. I collected the required G's. I'd tell you how many that is, but I haven't played Elmo's number journey yet, so I'm not qualified to speak on such matters, and went back to Grover's crater, from which there is no escape. There, I collected the remaining G's needed to beat the level. Next came the real challenge, figuring out which letter was missing to spell the word fish. After a few minutes of heated internal debates, I got it down to 2 letters, N and F. I trusted my gut and went with N, which was wrong. I picked F and was on to the next gel. Holy fuck, shit, it's a fork. I am sorry, I'm not sure what came over me. Anyway, you spell the word fork with an F, so I chose an F and was on to the last round. The last word is a tough one. Spell the word goat.
Well, what is
I was
that?
still a little lightheaded after the fork, and I thought that furry thing was a boat. Then I thought it wanted me to spell Zote, which is weird because I didn't expect to see a Warhammer 40k reference in an Elmo game. I took a shot in the dark and picked the letter G. I got lucky and got it right, and proved to all the peasants on Sesame Street that I really am the goat. At my coronation ceremony, Big Bird looked distraught, like he wasn't expecting all these cameras to be there, so he had to put his chloroform and zip ties back in his van.
Oh my god.
I know what you're thinking. I technically beat the game, But we still haven't beaten Ernie. I talked to him. He took me down into his liquid abyss that T-posed from the safety of his submarine as my oxygen levels slowly depleted. Despite my best efforts to ruin my own idea, you can beat Elmo's Letter Adventure without killing anyone. If you enjoyed the video, or if you're
I don't think what?
Or T, leave
oh
a like,
my
leave
god!
a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video, or if you
God,
already
that
know
was
your
crazy.
NPCs.
10 out of 10, man. 10 out of 10.
Squad. My name is Paul of Mitten Squad, and steer
Alright.
clear of Big Bird.
Lovely. That was April Fool video. Got you. Alright, oh, here we go. Cartoon Kevin. Thank you for your short clips as well, man. Best of 2019, part 2.
I see people.
It's Fortnite, yeah? Okay.
Can you guys like help? You guys like knock me. Got him.
Alright.
No, Matthew, you took my freaking kill.
Does it really matter? Gabby!
I've never actually played Fortnite, by the way.
You hold Kevin. Wait a minute. Wait, who's driving the plane?
I'm about to die.
How do I get off? Oh, hey, I'm off. Snowman, chiller grenade. What's this?
Who's dying?
What does this grenade do? It looks like a snowman. Screw it. I'm gonna put it to the test.
Oh my god, holy lag.
What does it do?
I got you. Stay still.
It's like a chiller grenade. It just boosted you. There's someone behind you.
Lovely.
And it's a soccer skin. All these soccer skins.
Fortnite used to be a tower defense game? Oh, unlucky, mate. Today I learned.
Yes, I know how to play. I've never tried the chiller skin before. The chiller grenade, that is. Help me!
Really?
You're gonna lie though. You can't make it up there.
Just leave this game. Just leave it. What? Just leave this game.
Look at the map. Look at the map.
What do you mean look at the map?
Just look at it.
What the hell?
Go over here. Every point I point, you have to go there.
Really?
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 I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm not.
And now it's a battle royale, yeah? Okay.
Wow. Switch! He survived! I'm gonna revive him! Cover me!
Give me! Come on, Kevin! Kevin, follow me!
Ducky! Matthew! Ducky! I'm gonna call you both. Help him! I'm going there as fast as I can. You're at the bottom? Oh, there you are.
Help me quick!
Yeah, sure. I'd love that. Evidently, I didn't know anything about this. I tried recording something else. Fair enough, man. What did you use?
I'm reviving.
I just recommend OBS, man. Does the job for even local recordings. Don't even need to stream with it.
Campfire.
OBS is just industry standard for recordings. In the creator space, anyway.
Make a door.
I remember Fraps,
We
yeah.
have a trap.
Yeah, nice.
We got him.
We got him, Mark.
I thought I was out of range!
That's because you are.
Oh! I am so stupid!
Oh,
These
fair
are
enough.
50 of
Fair
the
enough.
most iconic moments.
All right, Kevin, thank you for that, man. Very fun to see Fortnite gameplay. Okay. Oh, okay, remote player, and Obia probably had some messy interaction there or something like that. Right, lovely. Okay, guys, thank you very, very much so far, man. My God, we've been going for 3.5 hours, and we're not even done. We actually have the music section left. A sizable section coming up, actually. Right, guys, give me like 5 minutes, perhaps a bit more. I just need to go to the toilet, and yeah, so give me some time. We'll return to the music section, and then after that we have the Still Live Akane DJ watch party. All right, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it big time. I'll see you over on Twitch. I actually haven't really changed the I haven't done any Twitch setup because I didn't know we were gonna go there, but we are. Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it big time. I will see you guys over on Twitch. Thank you. Shabir and Velo City, thank you for all the requests. See you in a bit. Peace. Artabella, everyone. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Otu.